It's a special moment each year. We're only minutes away from the start of the 2009 AFL Grand Final. Geelong and St Kilda shaking hands with the umpires, getting ready for action. The AFL officials frenzies as they take the microphones and the speakers from the ground. We've got about 120 seconds to go. We'll see the toss and we'll find out who's going to kick which way. We'll go down to half again for Kotsayo as getting a bit more overcast. Still no rain down there, half?
No, still no rain, Hutto. Footy gods still going well, but it looks like it might be coming pretty shortly. The wind has dropped at the moment, so just about perfect conditions for the game to start at the moment as the players get ready to toss the coin.
Saints heading down to the punt road end, and they got a mighty roar from the crowd, the cheer squad behind the goals. Last minute feelings, boys, last minute jitters. What are we looking for in the first 5 minutes, David Swartz?
First contest that the coach would have said, your first contest, win it. Get one up on your opponent straight away, and that'll set the standard for this afternoon.
Terry Wallace, if you had to pick a player from either side to kick an early goal or do something brilliant to really get the confidence of the side up, who would it be from either side?
Well, you're probably looking at your key players. I think your stars of the game, you want to sort of see them in action. I think we all follow people in this game, and you only have to look towards Riewoldt, Ablett. If they can do something really big, it just sort of sets the scene for their team to think, yeah, we're on here.
There's so many players. I mean, Ablett's the one that you would fear because of his ability to break lines. But if Riewoldt kicks a goal early and it's an emphatic statement, that's an emblem. That's a banner to run behind.
Tom Harley wins the toss. Geelong kicking to the city end as the rain starts to fall, half.
Yeah, they'll start the game under the clouds. The lights are on here at the MCG. Rain starting to fall. Not that heavy, but I've got a feeling it's going to get very heavy very shortly.
Yeah, so I reckon if Stephen Milne gets an early goal for St Kilda, that would give a real lift because he's such that on or off sort of player, and we know he hasn't been a huge big time performer.
But the only thing with that is that if Rude kicks a goal, it puts the fear of God in him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Whereas you know Ablett's going to play well, and you've prepared for him to play well.
It's the key forwards. If they get their hands on it early and kick a goal, all of a sudden their backmen get a bit jittery, they get a bit tighter, and they're less likely to peel off and create options for their teammates.
Final selections and a Norm Smith tip. Terry Wallace?
I'm going for Jimmy Bartell for the Norm Smith medal, and I'm picking the Cats by 17 points.
David, can't pick a draw.
Cats by 5 and Cameron Ling to be best on ground.
Hayes for the Norm Smith, and a win for the Saints at 11 points.
I'm looking forward to sitting alongside Matty Granlund again this afternoon. Matty G?
Cats by 26 points, Jimmy Bartell, Norm Smith.
Hutto? For the record, Geelong by 7 points. And Steve Johnson to back up with another Norm Smith medal. Overcast skies, as we mentioned, and a little bit of rain. The St Kilda players have come to the bench. The Geelong players have come to the bench.
Dempster forward.
Yep.
He will, I would think he's probably going to look at Mackie, as I said before. He's going to try and loiter around Andrew Mackie here and get Mackie to pick him up.
No surprise with the Cats forward line, Derm. Chapman, Mooney, Hawkins, Stevie J's there, Rook.
Baker to Johnson.
And Burns is there as well.
Taylor to Riewoldt.
Ralph Clark on Burns. That might be a little bit of a mismatch there in the Cats' liking.
Zach Dawson, as you call it, to Cam Mooney.
Baker's on Jono. That's the big one.
They've been the best two sides for season 2009. All roads have been heading in this direction almost right from the start of the year. Geelong and St Kilda meeting on the last day in September under grey skies. The two ruckmen, Brad Ottens and Michael Gardner, are ready to begin hostilities. 100,000 people urge the umpire on, and Brett Rosebery says go, and we're away in the 2009 AFL Grand Final. Lenny Hayes, the first man to get serious hands on the ball, and then there's hands from everywhere around his waist, and they force another ball up.
Wojcinski's gone to Montagna. He's going to be watching him this afternoon, Derm.
There's the bounce. They wrestle again. There's a bit around the neck, but play on is the call. It comes out to a Goddard Ablett battle on the wing. Burns lends a hand. Ablett decides to paddle. Schneider mows him down. Oh, it's slippery out there. High contact on Burns, spotted by the umpire. He belatedly calls advantage, and Wojcinski says thank you very much. Handballs to Ablett, who kicks under severe pressure. Kicks them inside 50. Out comes Tom Hawkins, surrounded by Saints at all corners. Paddles it back for Bartell. A handball to Steve Johnson. It's like he tackled himself. He's gone down, Steve Johnson. no free kick. Hayes was the man that put the pressure on. Spillage to Raf Clark. Poor handball. In goes Burns. There's some more high contact against Ball, and it goes to Chapman, who takes it wide at half forward on the southern side and lets rip.
He does. He punches it up inside the 50, needs a mark. Zach Dawson gets back and takes an early mark for the Saints in defence. That'll be good for his confidence. Hands off, and Goddard comes out here to Montagna. It's a bouncing footy, and Montagna will see it over, and we will have a throw in. One-on-one everywhere.
Breeze has certainly picked up down here at ground level, going towards the Cats' goal, the right forward pocket to the City end.
One-on-one all over the ground here, Derm.
Yeah, we expect that at the moment. They've just got to sum it up. They can't let anyone run free right now. They've got to work out who they got, where they're going.
Ball back into play. Who can take it here? It was Hayes. He was taken a little high. We'll get the free kick at left half back for the Saints.
Cameron Ling's right on top of Del Sano. You'll have him for the afternoon. No surprise there. Luke Ball and Jimmy Bartel just manning up on each other at the moment also.
So Hayes with the football in his hands, and a great deal on offer at this stage. So he's just going to poke it sideways. Mark's been taken by Raf Clark, still across half back for the Saints.
Who looks up and sees Dempster leading the outer side, but he didn't see Rook. He mowed him down. Cats try and take the advantage. There was no advantage, and it's going to be Max Rook, who came in from behind. Unaware Raf Clark, that is always the worry when he's got the footy in his hands. You never know quite what's going to happen.
Absolutely, Hutto, good call. That's his weakness, his awareness, his peripheral vision, seeing players come from obscurity. Here goes Rook.
Is he within range in the wet? He gives it a mighty rip and nails a wonderful goal. Max Rook kicks the opening goal of the 2009 Grand Final. 53.5 metres, if you don't mind. 2.5 in, Geelong have the opening goal, and that is on the TAC scoreboard. We'll catch you before someone gets hurt.
What are you saying, Terry? Have you got anyone who's set up in a different light that you had expected?
No, it's just probably fascinating that both sides are playing that defensive player in their forward half of the ground. You pick Dempster at one end of the ground. Rookie's playing exactly that same role on Fisher. Yep. So he's just going to try to take Fisher's ascendancy out of the game where possible.
It's a massive win, isn't it, for the Cats right there, for the bloke who's playing a negative role on Fisher to get the first goal of the match.
It's huge. It was absolutely huge.
Paying $15 at Luxbet. Max Rook for the first goal kicker. Brad Ottens wins it down. Who can shark it? Hayes is in there. The ball hits the deck. They jump on top, and the umpires ping the man on the bottom of the pack. And it's going to be a free kick to St Kilda. Bartel was on the bottom, and Ball got the hand pass out to Montagna, who sends it up inside the 50. Cosy is there. He's double teamed. Ball hits the deck. Mackie read it well. He read it beautifully, and he clears the danger area. Goes to the middle. No mark taken that time by Mooney. Releases Chapman though. Hand pass to Burns, who dumps it up inside the 50. It's a bouncing ball. Baker getting back there. Hand pass towards the boundary line. Is that deliberate?
No way.
No, the umpire's going to throw it back into play.
No, good umpiring. He could have got sucked into it, but the player had no other option. He was under pressure. Maybe a bit lucky on the videos you replay.
I was just going to say, 40 metres around from Geelong's goal. Otten fends it down. Over the top is Chapman. They've got numbers out the back here. Corey handling it well. Bartel, Kelly, lovely spin out of trouble to get away from Revolt. Inside 50 goes the kick. It's bouncing away from Fisher and Mooney. The foot races on. Mooney went with the foot, but it bounces back to Graham. He feels the wrath of Max Rook again. Harley to captain. Great leadership, but the Saints kept their head. A handball from Dawson sets Graham away, who kicks to the wing. Up to Meta. Kaczynski takes the mark. Geelong a goal. St Kilda yet to score. They're into attack, and they're on. They're on, Matty.
They are. He sends it long. Gardner is there. Gardner camped underneath. He took the mark. Hand pass. Montagna runs to 49. Good pressure by Brad Ottens. And the troops arrive here for the Cats. Brad Ottens dives on the football again. And we're going to get a stoppage. A ball up 45 metres out from goal.
Saw that ball Kaczynski go right high in the sky and hold up and almost go backwards at the last end. So a very heavy bruise towards the Cats' goal.
So ball up again. Brad Otten's able to get his hands on the football. Coming through Harry Taylor. Couldn't quite grasp it. McQualter got the hand pass out. Graham, he was attacked well by Kelly. Then off the deck goes Mackie. It rolls out towards the southern wing. The race is on. And getting back to gather it in is Clark. He got a hand pass off to Blake. And now to Gilbert. Gilbert running on the southern grandstand side wing. Kept it low. Revolt presents. He's got it 70 metres out from goal.
He's got Graham to his left. And he goes over his head long to Kaczynski versus Scarlett. Scarlett push, play on the call.
No. Tell you what, I was about to say That was too lucky by Scarlett. He got motioned under the ball by hands in the back. Watch it on the video easy replay. A good call by the umpire. Strong call, and it was there.
By the non-controlling umpire, it was too.
Yep.
So into the breeze half for Kaczynski here. He's got to kick it 50 metres.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult from here. He does have the shelter of the grandstand once it gets closer, which he didn't have the first kick, but this is going to be a roost.
Got to say, when they line up against each other and run out, Kaczynski looks too big for Scarlett to handle. But we know he's such a good player. He'll come good.
47 goals, 30 for the year. Justin Kaczynski decides to kick from outside 50. It holds up in that breeze and fades away badly. Out on the full. One straight Geelong. St Kilda yet the score. SEN Auto Barnes score. But what about nerves, guys?
His first two kicks, Cozzy leant right back on them. His first one was really, looked like a really nervous kick. But it is a big wind out there, Hutto.
Brad Ottens, he sends it long. Bartel was there. They got numbers, the Saints. Here's Clark. Hand pass over the top. That was a bit ordinary. And Bartel just knocks it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in.
Well, he did make a few blues last week, Raf Clark, but he settled down and played a good game.
Geelong always start better than St Kilda in games, so I don't think we're seeing anything that should be too worrying at the moment.
Ball back into play. Gardner got the knockdown. No free to Bartel as Hayes launches one inside the 50. Mackie there with a spoil. Ball hits the deck. And Scarlett's got it covered. He's able to gather it in. Then he gets the hand pass along to Kelly. And Kelly can run here on the members' wing. He sends it to half forward. Taylor made for Mooney. Good spoil. Oh, Mooney's got a second bite. Second bite, Cam Mooney. He'll go back and line up 45 out.
Here's the first pivotal moment of the grand final.
Well, you watch how yippy you'll be on the kick, but it was a beautiful kick by Kelly because they had players in front. They guarded the space in front, so the kick had to get over the top. A perfect kick to space. But good. It wasn't bad defence by Dawson. It was just a good second effort by Mooney.
44 goals, 41 for Cam Mooney. Had the yips last year in the grand final. Let's see how he starts from 49 metres. He starts wonderfully. He kicks the goal for the Cats. It's a Clive Peters contender.
Can I say there's good news and bad news out of that? The good news is a great goal for him. Confidence rises. The bad news is he didn't drop it correctly. Even though he's come out of it with confidence with a goal under his name, she was a very ugly ball drop.
I think he'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So next one he lines up for, it's not as if he's going to say, hey, I'm in the groove.
Terry Wallace, you've said about the Saints' slow starts. Is it reason for concerns, though?
Well, it's Geelong's best quarter, the first quarter of any quarter in any of their games statistically, and it is St Kilda's worst quarter. They work their way into games. They just can't allow them to get too far ahead.
2-0 out of the middle wing, almost at his first disposal, but he dropped it. Del Santo, his direct opponent, takes it instead and revolts. Third in line, can't take the mark, trapping into ground level. Mackie looks to his left and is able to wheel around to the right, knees the kick out to Selwood, who's been inserted onto the ground off the bench. Takes the mark, umpire said he'd already moved on. Poor handball for Harley, but he's able to dump it back to Enrod, who just dropped it. Opened the door for Lenny Hayes. Big opportunity for the Saints. Oh, Hayes ducks inside. Terrific play on Harley. Then he fell over, lost his footing. Quick kick forward from Montagna. Revolt's in good shape. Did Taylor interfere? No, he didn't. Back of the pack, Kelly slides in. He's got the onus on him to remove the footy. In chips McWalter, got the handball off. Now it comes to Snyder from 15 out. Oh, he's missed it and sprayed it badly. Shocking connection. Needed to do better as he kicked it around the corner from 15 out.
The one thing I say, Hutto, is 2 goals straight to Geelong. St Kilda 1 behind. St Kilda have had 3 bona fide shots at goal to Geelong's 2.
6 inside 50s to 5, St Kilda's way, in fact, as they bring it back into Bartel and he goes long to the wing.
He does. He sends it to the southern side. No mark to Hawkins. It's tumbling towards the boundary line. It's over and out. We'll have a throw in.
Durham, was it nerves? Was that Schneider nerves? We've seen a bit of nerves from St Kilda early on.
He's getting a chance to have a rest with those nerves. He's coming off for the Saints.
I actually think it was a little bit of overconfidence then. How many blokes miss laying the ball across their body from 15 metres
Not
out?
left footers, because they do that each and every time.
Now Milne comes on for the first time.
Throw in on the southern wing. Montagna tracking the football close to the boundary line. Chapman gets his body involved there, got a hand pass away, but then Enright took it over, and we'll have a throw in again.
We'll have a look at the Continental Tires tackle count. It is, what are we going there? 8-6 in favour of the Saints. How are you reading at half? Who's any differences that you can perceive?
No, Geelong have had cleaner ball use, I think, Derm, for the first bit of the game, but Saints are right in this.
Ball back into play again. Neither ruckman got real purchase on it. Chapman trying to burrow his way through. Got a hand pass Bartel. Couldn't get an effective hand pass away. Barco in there. Flicked hand pass off to Graham, who just chucks it onto the boot. He gets it forward. Kelly worked his body well. Who can gather it in? After it there was Jimmy Bartell again. And Goddard. Wojcinski was amongst it as well. Comes out the King. Wojcinski charged his kick down. Montagna should be able to gather here with ease. He has a little bit of time to think about things. He'll go down the southern side wing. He needs a mark. Revolt will come third man back. Couldn't take the mark. McQualter having a hand pass out to Milne. Milne now will put it up inside the 50. And taking the mark is Mackie. He had lots of time to think about it, and he takes it at half back for the catch.
He started well, Mackie.
He's confident, isn't he?
Yeah, fourth disposal coming up for Andrew Mackie. Continental Tire stat sheet. Chapman has 5, Montagna 5 for their respective sides. Ling takes the mark in the middle of the ground, his first clean disposal. A handball to Kelly, a little shimmer to the right, and a terrible kick, grubbed along the wing, falls though for Selwood, scoops it up. Steve Johnson didn't know what had hit him. It was good hard St Kilda tackling and pressure. Ablett also in there, feeling the heat from the Saints. This is the first really good grand final style pack we've seen, where we've seen multiple tackles, and we're going to have a ball up on the wing.
What a wonderful tackle by Sam Gilbert coming through there and dislodging the ball out of the Geelong player's hands. Chapman comes to the bench. Joel Corey returns.
And the umpire puts it up, and Bartell wears one. He's going to take
St Kilda's free.
No, off the ball.
Off the ball to Del Santo.
Just holding.
Defensive side of the wing. St Kilda 1 behind. Geelong 2 straight.
Lenny Hayes comes off. They go chip sideways.
And Sam Fisher.
Well, Lenny Hayes coming off on the Continental Tire stat sheet. He's already had 4 contested possessions. The same with Del Santo.
I believe Montagna too, dude. It looks like he's limping a little bit, so I'll keep an eye on that.
To the ground goes Baker with a touch. Comes to Milburn and kicks over his head towards 50. Oh, Goddard uncontested. Gary Ablett throws his head back in size because he was the man that should have been there. Now, that is interesting if they're playing on each other at the moment. Goddard marks inside 50. And again, Half, can you fill us in on what he'll have to do here with a win?
Well, he's going to have to kick this at the right-hand goal post and kick it very firmly, penetrate with his boot and get it through the line, because it's very, very difficult once the Breeze gets the ball anywhere above sort of 5 metres off the ground.
Highly skilled player, Brendan Goddard, a little closer than Kazitsky was before. 47 metres, starts it right, brings it back, not touched on the line, all clear. St Kilda's first goal. Kicked by Brendan Goddard. 2 straight 12 Geelong. 1-1-7 St Kilda, 13 gone, TAC scoreboard. We'll catch you before someone gets hurt.
Can't underestimate Sean Dempster's effort there to keep Mackie away from Goddard flying at the footy. You'll see come in there. He gets front position on the video as he replaying, just uses his body as a screen. Well done, Derm.
It was well done. That's the first time he's had a little bit of a win against Mackie. We're already seeing when they move the ball forward, Geelong do it better, Terry. But St Kilda are probably playing the better footy around the packs.
Yeah, they are, and what they're doing is they're prepared to get Kazitsky up the ground. Rewalt's staying back a little bit, but their rucks are pushing really hard forward as well. It's just putting pressure around that sort of centre-half back position for Geelong.
11-16, SEN Autobahn footy. King got his hand on the football first. Ball was tackled. Ablett able to get the hand pass out. Milburn gets boot to ball. It's a high one here to centre-half forward. Farron Ray couldn't gather on the bounce. Here's Corey now. Hand pass backwards. Burns going to head a steam up. Now he's just going to go sideways a little bit. Pursued by Ball. Lays the tackle. What a wonderful tackle. Free kick for the Saints. He just worked and worked Ball, and he got the reward as he goes back inside defensive 50, and Gilbert takes the mark now for St Kilda.
Play on.
He's called the play on, able to get around Wojcinski, and then go the short one to true centre-half back, and the mark's been taken by Ball again.
Now, Revolt's led to the wing, so he's out there too early. He's got nowhere to go now, so it's going to have to just be a long dump-out kick.
Which he goes long and low and finds Revolt, who got loose in front of Taylor.
Well, he got a screen from Schneider against Taylor.
Yeah, exactly right, Dan. That was a wonderful set play by Schneider.
He's a long way up the ground on the wing, Revolt. He spots Graham, got him on the bounce, lovely little spin. Got a bit dizzy as he handballed it to Goddard, who wheels onto the left. They're inside again. Out comes Scarlett in front of Kazitsky, made the spoil. Blake's got to bend the knees and get down and dirty. Keep it simple, Mark. He gets the handball away. Now Kelly, good rangy player he is. Off to Ablett, who's been quiet relatively so far. Little kick across the halfback is all right to Corey. He marks and kicks up to the punt, up to the city end, half forward. Over the back of Clark. Altons comes through. Great determination from Altons. Goes back in after it again. Contests well with Raph Clark and the rest of the St Kilda troops. And we're going to have a ball up. Blake it is that comes up to his feet as the umpire takes it back.
Why wasn't that free against Raph?
Throws it up on the 50.
He does. Garner able to get the palm down. Blake got the hand pass away now. Sam Fisher gets boot to ball. He grubbers one out towards the wing, and Milne attacked it, and it goes over and out for a throw-in again.
I think that Ross Lyon only got one thing wrong at the start of the game. Would have loved to have seen Stevie Milne on the ground from the start. He's a live wire. Since he's been on, he's given a fair bit in the forward line for the Saints.
70 metres around from the Cats' goal as the umpire hooks it back into play again. Big Mark Blake assuming front spot. He got a palm down. Selwood puts his body on the line, hit over the football, got the hand pass out, but Hayes was able to get it away. And Graham, the clearing kick, comes to the wing. Rebolts. He couldn't hold on.
Trouble.
And he's hurt too. He's hurt big time, Nick Rebolt.
Knocked out.
He is in enormous trouble.
Just winded.
Should have seen his eyes roll back in his head then.
Yeah, I reckon he's got a bit of winding in that.
It's
But
okay.
He's
What a recovery.
Gee.
Tough as nails.
should have seen his eyes.
He's up, he's about. The Saints fans are happy about that. As the umpire tosses it back into play. Getting his hand to it was Gardner. Hand past Milburn out the back door to Chapman. And now off to Harley. Can he get through? Here's Milburn. Chapman again could have been taken high. Yes, he'll get the free kick at half back here for the Cats.
It's just a fraction lucky, I think, there. 2 straight 12 Geelong. It was a bit self-inflicted. Out to 1-1-7. Goes wide to Corey. Had to just about shut the eyes and take it on the half volley. Gathered it beautifully. Drills it along for a Fisher-Rook battle. You know, they'll both get super committed. And the cameraman got a kiss there on the boundary line as Rook went sliding through the footy over the chalk and out of bounds. How's Revolt looking, Half?
He's moving all right. He's looking to the bench a fair bit at the moment. I wouldn't mind. The doctor's just gone out to him right now just to check on how he is.
Rain arrives, the ball at half forward. Bartel on all fours, paddles it for Ablett. Literally, here's Selwood. Shrugs the shoulders, found a way through when no one could, and kicked a magnificent goal! You'd think he was 28 and played 200 games. Instead, Joel Selwood is 21. He's only played 70. What an amazing goal from Joel Selwood. And the Cats, after that Clyde Peters goal of the day, 3 straight 18. St Kilda 1-1-7 on the TAC scoreboard.
Oh, he had Clinton Jones on top of him. That is one of the great grand final goal right there, Dermot. The strength that he had.
an ability to keep his body moving while he was carrying the weight of Clinton Jones as well.
And
through
then
being tackled.
Poised to then have a shot at goal on a pretty tight angle.
Bent back against all. So got a bit of assistance there, but that's an 11 out of 10 goal.
The rain getting heavier here at the MCG. Garner went a bit early. Ottens and Gardner, they trap it in. The umpire will put it down again.
Very heavy, Matt.
Gee, Revolt was brave to get up. He landed from about 4 or 5 feet in the air, flat on his back. He looked in awful trouble, but he's okay.
Ottens got the palm down, Ray went in, and again the umpire will have it.
Have a look at the Continental Tire stat sheet. Really even. Disposals 50 to 49 St Kilda's way. Inside 50s 5-5. Sorry.
Ball deflects out to Farron Ray again, who gets it to Baker. Baker now hand pass to Dawson. He did well just to work his way through Dawson, then he kicks it in towards half forward. Reebok couldn't take it with the one hand. What's he like second effort? He got a hand pass away. They've got numbers there. The Cats though as Mackie attacks it, and Mackie just sees it over despite Dempster applying the pressure, and we'll have a throw in 50 metres around from the Saints goal.
St Kilda are actually taking the more marks here also, 11 to 6. So
19
the footy a bit better.
19 minutes gone on the noodle box clocks. The ball at half back taken away by Bartel, but not before there was a free for a fend-off, I think.
Yep, to the throat. Fend off to the throat.
Okay, it goes St Kilda's way, and it's going to be Nick Del Santo with the footy. 3 straight 18 Geelong, 1-1-7 St Kilda, 11-16 SEN Autobarn footy.
Gardner's pushed forward to the goal square, dragging Ottens with him.
He's going to go short instead, and he finds Hayes. Selwood protested, he got a fingernail to it, but Hayes has taken the mark, 40 out, plumb in front.
Now, Lenny Hayes coming in for possession number 6. He's had a few of those, 5 of those have been contested. This will be right on his limit, Derm.
Just 4 goals, 6 for the year, 3rd in the Brownlow with 20 votes. He's one of the favourites, he's one of the stars, and he doesn't let you down, Lenny Hayes. So goals at either end to Selwood and Hayes, 2 of the hard men of AFL footy, have their sides within 5 points. Geelong 3 straight 18, St Kilda 2-1-13, 20 minutes gone, and that is on the TAC scoreboard.
And as I called it, Gardner ran to the goal square. He dragged Ottens. Revolt went to the goal square. He dragged Taylor. Cozzy was in the goal square. He dragged Scarlett with him. And all the support crumbing players went back as well and said, well, that's where the ball's going. There's the targets. Suddenly the mentality was, no one's leading. Let's leave it open, leave the space and we'll crowd it down. And Lenny Hayes is smart enough just to sneak up the middle. He didn't even lead, he sneaked.
Mark Blake into the ruck, but it's one down well by Gardner, and here's Hayes again.
He's best
head past the Baron Ray, now back to Clinton Jones, who gets it back to Hayes again on the wing. Hayes can look up, he kept it low and he kept it good. Mark's taken by Schneider. He's a kick and a half out from goal though.
Clearance is a 6-11 in favour of St Kilda.
Inside 56-10 in favour of St Kilda as well.
He goes back to Fisher. They've settled well here, the Saints, as Fisher just holds it up.
It's Geelong's knowledge that have got them this mini break that St Kilda are probably playing the better footy.
He puts it to half forward. Gardner went with the one hand and the ball over and out 49 metres around from St Kilda's goal. 2-1-13 St Kilda. Geelong 3 straight 18. TAC scoreboard. We've travelled 21 minutes here in this opening term.
Boundary umpire does his thing. 40 around from goal. Blake with a double-fister down. Ling kicked it off the ground. Out comes Goddard, confronted by Enright. Brushed him off. Got the handball as he went to ground. Ray scooped it up. I think it's ball. They're feeling the heat. We're going to have another ball up on the 50. Harley with the big tackle right on the paint as we find St Kilda attacking to the punt road end. They are 2-1-13. Goals to Goddard and Hayes. Geelong with Selwood, Rook and Mooney saluting. It comes away from the ball up to Wojcinski, who handballs to Milburn. Instant handball back into the maze, gathered by Ling. He waits and wants to give to Ablett, who just gets away from Jones. Just kicks to Varco. Hasn't seen a lot of it yet. Doesn't see much more of it now. Fisher diving in, and again the umpire called on. And Geelong's ball movement there not that good. We're going to have a ball up.
Gary Ablett's kick forward, Clinton Jones, he did Clinton Jones, but he laid a hand on him and just pushed him fractionally in the back as he kicked, and it made the kick miss the target.
Burns able to come away, but he had nowhere to go. Gives to Ablett, who got off one, just got a handball away in the nick of time to Milburn. It opens up for the Cats. Steve Johnson versus Hayes. Hayes got there first, takes the relieving mark. He is starring for the Saints as he kicks them to centre half forward, and Kaczynski out to take the mark. Revolt's going to double back into the 50. He's going to take the mark. No! Harry Taylor with a timely clenched fist, but Revolt wasn't going to give up yet. Lays the tackle, the ball jars loose. Revolt goes again off the ground. Milne now in the pocket. Onto the boot, Stevie Milne. Around the corner, Dempster, they all fall down. It goes across the face. Sliding in Kaczynski, but Geelong work the surplus of numbers. A handball, Bartel to Scarlett, just slammed on the boot. Slapdash footy, comes out to Del Santo. 70 from goal, it's an ugly looking kick. And it goes over the boundary line.
Goddard wanted it. Goddard wanted the hands back inboard. But look, if Blake's got a quick run into the forward 50 and he's kicking from 55, Del Santo's got to unload. You've got to give him the responsibility.
Cats by 5 points, ball back into play. Selwood will go for it by himself and gather the football here in the back pocket.
That's smart.
He gathers it in, he comes to the member's side. Rook will be his target. Rook will fly, couldn't quite take it down. He'll go again, Rook. The ball flicks up though. Ball's got the football. Here's ball sitting inside the 50 for the Saints. Milne takes the mark. 45-hour went to ground, perhaps just wanting a 50. He's going to go back and have a crack at the goal.
Well, the last contest was probably typical at the moment. St Kilda 5 players to 2 of Geelong in that contest where Rook went for the mark. There's a lot of numbers around each contest for St Kilda. They're working a little bit harder than the Cats.
If I'm Geelong right now, I want to put some work into physically really stamping Lenny Hayes.
45 metres out, 45-degree angle. Stephen Milne, it's off to the left and 1 point on the TAC scoreboard.
Do you make the change, Derm? Do you get Ling off Del Santo and put him onto Lenny Hayes because he's on fire? Lenny, he's already had 9.
Yep, 9 disposals on the Continental Tire stat sheet. It's a 4-point ball game now.
6 of them are contested possessions.
So you can't do much about it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's giving them the spiritual context here to give them the impetus.
Here's some trouble for the Cats. They try and handball their way out of it, as they do usually so well. Bartel gives up on that, just slams it on the boot. Steve Johnson's had no impact yet. It falls through to Varco on the wing, but the Saints' tackling pressure is terrific. Ball's been inspirational already. Paddles it back to Fisher. They've built a wall across half-back. Clark kicks, got dumped, but it's all right to that man Hayes. He's roaming free this time. From the wing, his delivery no good. And the mark is taken by Wojcinski coming off half-back. 3 straight 18 Geelong. 2-14 St Kilda. 25 gone. First quarter.
They're screaming for the bell, the Cats.
Yep, they are.
Wojcinski goes sideways out to Milburn and then back to Scarlett, still inside defensive 50.
They can't get through, can they, with their system?
It's too good. There's a reason why they're the second least scored against team in the competition's history, St Kilda.
Harley spreads it wide to Bartel. Bartel now will go to the centre corridor. Burns going to come from the side. Blake was there, ball knocked down. coming through Gilbert. He left it behind the first time, then got the hand pass away to Dawson. On the end of it, ball, he goes to half forward. Mark's been taken by Dempster, 55 out, hand pass off to McQualter. McQualter approaches the 50, hand pass away to Graham. Graham goes sideways, Montagna with a footy. Montagna puts it onto the boot, top of the goal square. Reebok couldn't take it, ball hits the deck. Here's Kelly, hand pass away, Mackie now. He got a clear kick, out towards the boundary line. Tumbling footy, got a busting a gut to get there. It beats him over the line though, and we will have a throw in.
If it wasn't for Mackie, they'd be behind at the moment.
Well, that's a beautiful football decision by Andrew Mackie. He is the leader of the ball as it comes out of their back line. He's the captain of their defence, no matter how good Scarlett is.
Got the loose here too, the Saints in their defence.
Hayes grabbed it out of the ruck, should have been penalised because he didn't get the handball away, but play on is fair enough now as the quick kick goes forward from Corey onto the wing. Geelong by 4. Rooks surrounded by Saints. They have been all the time across half forward. Fisher it is that emerges. Kicks it to half forward. Dempster clears the path. Schneider takes the mark. He'll want to go. He tries to go.
No.
Play on now as he kicks it into the pocket. Revolt versus Mackie. That's a mismatch, but it went over his head. Tries to turn him inside out, but the boundary line wins. Throw it in the forward pocket. I reckon these conditions are not helping Geelong in trying to get there. They've had to give up on their handball at times, Terry.
And fair enough as well that St Kilda's pressure has been fantastic in their forward end. Probably there's been 5 hack kicks out of the Geelong back line just under pressure.
Ball back into play again. Otten's got the palm down, got a hand pass away to Bartel, who just rushes it onto the boot. He goes to the southern side. Hawkins couldn't take the mark. He had 2 to beat. He goes again, Hawkins. He dives on the football. They're on top of him. Oh, what a free kick. He's gone.
Well, he was clumsy there. He couldn't probably take the mark initially. Should have left the ball for Burns, and they just got in each other's way.
Blake with the free, hand pass off to Goddard, places it well for ball.
He's been unmanned.
Yeah, he's been good. 7th disposal coming up for
Proving a lot of doubters wrong, Hutto, already.
He's 70 metres out from goal. Now he puts it up inside the 50. Revolt with a couple of beat. 3 men coming back on him. The ball ricochets away. Here's Farron Ray. He can gather and put it back around his body, back to the hot spot because he... Oh, no, it's Schneider. Schneider stayed down and took the mark, and Schneider will go back and line up.
Look, he used the goal square as a measuring item. He's at the punt road end, 45-degree angle. He is 22 metres out.
So he just throws the grass up in the air, Schneider, as he prepares.
He had 3 people up against him, then Revolt. He kept his feet. That left a couple of players free, and one of them was Schneider.
Simple shot, it ain't through yet.
So Schneider to put the Saints in front. He comes in. It's home. St Kilda in front on the TAC scoreboard. After 28 minutes of this opening quarter, 3-2-20 St Kilda, Geelong 3 straight 18.
There are ebbs and flows in every game, and you know at some stage the Cats are going to get the flow. But at the moment, after those initial 2 goals to Geelong, it's been all St Kilda. If we have a look at the Continental Tire stat sheet, Oxy, there's one that really sticks out.
Inside 57 to Geelong 18.
When they come out, Geelong, they have to hack it forward because of the forward 50 pressure, and it's a one-on-one battle for Geelong forwards who are coming up to the wing to meet that hack kick forward, but their St Kilda opponents are beating them in the one-on-ones.
Otten's over the top. It bubbles back towards Bartel, who's trying to generate some footy out of the middle. That's the other area, so it looks like we're going to have another ball up where the Cats have lost the crucial ones. The clearance stats say 11 all, but some of the important balls have gone St Kilda's way, and we mentioned already Lenny Hayes, 4 clearances, 6 contested possessions. Del Santo, similar numbers. Here he is again. He's got his own footy, Lenny Hayes. The man breaking to the outer wing is Clinton Jones.
You know what he is doing, Hutto? No, he's got somebody else's. He's just taken it off him. He's winning all the clearances and possessions.
Big long kick from Jones into the 50. Oh, Kazitsky almost took it over the shoulder. Could have been a free to Taylor. Got dumped by Revolt. Play on the call. It's still close to the line, and now it's over and out on that southern side at half forward.
Such a good sign, Hutto, for Justin Kazitsky and St Kilda. He's flying at everything. He's getting to contest, and I reckon that's the real barometer. If he's up, if he's getting to contest, eventually some are going to stick.
There's the throw in. It's only 30 seconds to go in this opening quarter. What a blow it would be for St Kilda if they could kick another goal here. But Bartel's able to reap it away and kick it onto the wing where Rook takes a really hard mark. in front of Fisher and moves it on, so shows some confidence because he can spot Chapman's head at centre-half forward. Oh, Dawson comes out kamikaze style. He went and then went again. Gilbert backed him up, and then Fisher, and then Goddard, and then Ray, and then back to Goddard as the sun comes out. Handballs into the middle to Dawson, gives to Ray again as the siren sounds to end a fantastic first quarter of football. St Kilda are in front, and they deserve to be. On the TAC scoreboard, St Kilda 3-2-20, Geelong 3 straight 18. Luxbet.com for 132 Lux. Steve Brazel.
Yeah, Hutto, they're still favourites for Cats, but they've eased out a little bit, obviously. $1.70, $2.15 for the Saints.
Wow, $2.15 for St Kilda. They looked the better side in that first quarter. Thank you, Steve. 132 Lux, that's 132-589 if you want to get on. The Saints lead by 2 on 11-16 SEN football. Hayes, Goddard and Snyder the goal kickers. And for the Cats, Selwood, Rook and Mooney. We'll take a break. SEN, Autobarn number 1 for footy. SEN is number 1 for footy as well.
Calm, boys. We're right in the game. Let's keep calm, keep possession and play our possession rate game.
So Saints by a couple of points as we begin the second term here in the 2009 AFL Grand Final. The umpire throws in the air to kick things off, and it's going to be Ottens to get a hand pass off to Enright at close quarters. He couldn't grasp it though. Ottens goes again. He wants to feed it out to someone. He does to Corey, who hand passes over the top to Selwood, and now to Bartell, now to centre clearance. He puts it up inside the 50 for the Cats. All coming hard was Hawkins.
Baker's down.
Yeah, Baker's hit the deck in a big way. Corey came steaming through. He was wrapped up. Clinton Jones got a hand pass up. It came to Goddard, and Bartell's got him cooked. But the umpire's going to come in and ball it up at half forward.
He's winded Baker. He's okay. He's up on his feet. You talk about tough as old desert boots. This bloke is a pair of desert boots at the best.
Not sure you should have really worn those boots on grand final day, Ox, but there's Clark getting it down to Montagna. The clearance not complete though, because Selwood's going to track and he's going to fumble, but somehow, he's gone holding the ball. He almost got loose, but just not quite. Not even Joel Selwood could get out of jail that time. And Graham, the tackler, gets his reward.
Look, he's got the ball. Every player's running away from the kicker here, so you need somebody to change the angle and come up at him. Now Gardner goes through, sideways.
And Revolt comes from the side, in the mix, almost Kaczynski. So the three big giants were there for St Kilda. Hayes getting plenty of attention, paddled back off the ground by Gardner. Almost gets through to Revolt. He gets legged, or was he just going for the footy, Kelly? Waved on by the umpire. It's inside the 50. Snyder's on top, well, the ball's on top of Snyder, more than Snyder being on top of the ball. And we're going to have a ball up just inside the line, some 40 metres around from St Kilda's goal. They're kicking to the city end. They lead by 2.
That is an error if all three blokes get to the one area. It's great that they're positive, but you have to separate them. If they separate the backman.
Ottens with a careful touch, but there's a free kick, and it's a fend-off against Joel Corey. Holding the man, it's going to Del Santa.
Can he kick it from there? Has he got any wind in that pocket? The old practice wicket area.
It'll just about turn, be going straight from behind his back.
Well, it normally comes through where Johnny Farnham was doing the pre-game entertainment, but it's all blocked up today.
Here's the kick from Del Santo then. He's about 2 metres inside the line. Careful approach, watches it onto the boot. Don't think it's going to be a goal. Top of the square, Dempster was the 3rd man up, but over the top, Harley was the 10th man up. He got the timing right. Behind conceded 3-3-21 to 3 straight 18. Rebel Sports scoreboard.
The kick in for Geelong. Mackey's got the honours. You look at this zone by St Kilda. They're conceding it out wide, but there is an 18-man zone employed against Geelong's kick in.
Mackey had to kick it to himself, and then he sends it long. It's all Saints. Come on, Hawkins! Hawkins, a big mark at half-back. He plays on immediately. He comes to the middle. They've got it here. The Saints got it now. Was able to chop it off and then put it back inside the 50 again. Revolts. He flew but couldn't take the mark. Waiting down was Kelly. Hand pass Scarlett. He's under enormous pressure. He's getting tackled. And the umpire will come in. He might get a free. What's that? He's getting away a free. He might have fended off.
Sure.
It's a free kick to St Kilda and a shot at goal. Scarlett is puzzled by the decision.
You know what? I think the umpire's saying you saw them coming. You put the shoulder down and tried to bump into him. That's a bad decision.
Extraordinary
No,
decision.
it's not.
He's on the ground, I think. Yep.
Oh, okay, well, that's fair enough
Yeah,
then.
he put the elbow in Dempster's
That's
chin.
fair enough then.
As they tackled him, he put the forearm to the head.
Okay, all right.
So it's a free kick and a shot at goal to Dempster from 45 metres out.
Prefer him on the run, Tonsils.
45-degree angle. That is straight. That is perfect. Another one to the Saints. Rebel Sports scoreboard. They lead it by 9 points. 4-3-27, Geelong 3 straight 18. 3 minutes gone, second quarter.
Well, just looking at the free kick count, 5 to Geelong, 10 to St Kilda.
The Saints have kicked 3 of the last 4.
Yeah, it's well, they kicked too early, the Cats. Then they got another one a bit later on, but worrying signs here for the Cats.
All the St Kilda tempo, pressure. Forget the free kick. What about the tackle? Who gets that? Because there's 3 blokes go to him and lay tackles simultaneously. The pressure, they have no air, Geelong, at the moment, whereas they normally get that half second to cock a handball, give it to somebody, run on. It's not happening.
Umpire throws it up. Gardner the tap. Goddard came through. Well done by Ottenze. Butted up Corey. Geelong are hesitating. Kick was smothered. Fell into Otten's hands. Slams it inside 50. Hawkins can't mark this time. Like a bull at a gate. Fisher slips out the back. He knows he's got trouble here, Gilbert. Just rides it out. Takes it over the line and out of bounds despite the protest of the Geelong forwards and some of the fans that are screaming and yelling. They need to get a hurry on. 4-3-27 St Kilda. 3 straight 18 Geelong. Boundary umpire hurls it back into play. Gardner and Ottens came off the boots of either of the players and bounced straight back over the line, and we'll do it again.
A 17-minute mark of the first term was Geelong's last goal, and that was by Selwood. So they're struggling to even get it inside. Inside 50s are still 9-21 in favour of the Saints.
34 players are in 1/4 of the ground.
Durham and Ox for start 21. Thrown back in the pack. Corey, a handball to Selwood. Out of his reach. Tapped back by Goddard. Ablett's had not a lot of it. Oh, he might get a free here. I was going to say he's had no real influence on the game, Gary Ablett. His 8th disposal coming up. It was just, they just got a little bit antsy and a bit anxious there, and it was Gilbert that gave away the free kick, tackling Ablett, who wasn't really in the play.
Yeah, definitely there. Grabbed it when he hadn't picked up the foot. He played it really well, actually. Steve Johnson, Hutto, your Norm Smith prediction. He's on the globe at the moment.
Yeah, hasn't had a touch yet, but he's done a lot of things you haven't noticed, Ox.
And he
here's the kick from Ablett. Got to cover 50 metres. Did it last week, but not here. Terrible kick. Right across the face. Gobbled up by Sam Fisher, who decides to go on. He might regret that decision yet. Del Santo's handball to Montagna. Handball straight back to Hawkins. Handball to Chapman. He can kick it from 50. It might not make it. Oh, right on the line. Gardner got a fingernail to it. And the poor old Ross nearly dropped out of the box at the back there. Geelong 3-1-19. They're first behind. St Kilda 4-3-27. And that's on the Rebel Sports scoreboard.
Well, Michael Gardner nearly made a fundamental error there. He was judging it and he misjudged it and just touched it before it went over.
Here's Gilbert with a football. He brings it out to the members' side wing. Corey attacked it but couldn't take the mark. Enright will go and gather it in. He does it well. Got a bit of space now, then stumbles. Then got a hand pass to Cameron Ling. Ling now hand pass to Corey. Corey's going to send it up towards half forward and Mooney out to meet it. He's eager to play on, he's itching to play on, he does just that, he nearly turns it over the head of Gardner. Barco comes in, wonderful bumping work by Graham, who's won the football himself, and then Graham goes out for Gardner. The big fella just loping along, loping, and now gathering on the wing and sending it to half forward for the Saints. Krzyzewski takes the mark.
He looks around quickly from 70, goes over Rewald's head. Dempster's got it back, but Taylor's got it covered. He takes the mark and the Cats can wind it up. They can come to members' side. Quick hands to Corey and then off to Ling. Burns just off the bench as an option. If he sees him, he does. He better watch out behind. He didn't know ball was coming. He just controlled it. Then he fell over. Then ball fell over. Burns gets back up and scoots away. The speedster kicks the half forward. Rook with a hard stuff. Takes the mark again. He's in great touch. He bounds away. Kicks off straight to the man of the mark. Comes back to Mackie. Mackie tries to ride his way through. And the umpire, McBurney, crosses the arms, calls for a bounce. It's just gone up a notch, I reckon, boys. And we saw 4-3-27 to 3-1-19.
We saw half say before the game, the edges are very slippery. All players falling over there.
Saints lead and the umpire's going to ball it up again.
A couple of injury concerns for both teams. Nick Del Santo just escorted from the ground by the physio, as was Paul Chapman for the Cats.
Half down there for Coates High. King able to get the palm down. Goddard sharks it and then he sends it forward here for the Saints. Ball in dispute now. After it, Milburn lunging after it. Rebold in there as well, trying to gather it in. Harley after it as well. Now Montagna was clean. He got a hand pass away to Ball, who can release Milne. Milne's got the football. Milne can run. He takes a bounce. He only just gets it back. 45 out, can dribble. And getting back there, Scarlett, right at the last line of defence. And he clears it out to Mooney.
What the hell?
Sound like a baby there, Matty. Just a bit of dribble going on. 4-3-27 to 3-1-19. Holding up play, Mooney waits for a mate to run further afield. Enright takes it.
You just have to tell our listeners, he's 40 metres from goal. and he's got an open goal, so he kicks a dribble kick along the ground towards an unguarded goal.
I don't think he meant
and
to
it
do
runs out of distance.
And right back to Milburn. Bit of heartburn here for the Cats. Eventually the kick goes, but it's chopped off by Graham. Good hard stuff again, provided by Scarlett this time. Paddles it back towards the wing. It's Willing out there at the moment. Clinton Jones, whenever it's Willing, he loves to be involved. Applies a big tackle on David Wojcinski. And the umpire again forced to be involved. The bottom end of Geelong's stat sheet, some concerns for them. Johnson, no touches. Barco, 1. Blake, 1. Haven't had any impact in this game. They take it off half-back, though, through Milburn. As the rain tumbles down into the middle to Mooney. Paddled it to the front where he had lots of support. Burns trying to get into the thick of it. Handball up to Selwood. Rook. No backward step there. Back to Burns to Ablett. Couldn't shake them off. In dangerous stuff. He concedes ground. Out comes Rewell off the line. Milne gets a chance for redemption. Milne handball. Pass the responsibility to McWalter, who sprays it just as badly. Oh, that was worse. I think that was worse.
It was.
He's missed. It was worse. 4-4-28 St Kilda, 3-1-19. Are we sensing, have we seen any momentum switches yet for Momentum Energy in this game?
We have, because Lenny Hayes yet to have a stat in the second quarter. 9.5 minutes gone.
It's pretty tough when you're on the bench.
Absolutely, but there's a reason for that.
If he's any good, he would.
Here's a chance for Montagna. He gathers it in. He's close to the boundary line. Got the hand pass back to Goddard. Quick fire hand pass away. McWalter with the football. He's going to go short. Milne on the stretch. Takes the mark. And we'll go back and line him up.
He's dangerous. I just had a look at the video easy replay. That goal he was running into, he deliberately kicked it along the ground. That's something that gets into your play and you can't get it out. I don't know why you'd ever let it in, but poor miss by McWalter. Poor miss by Milne. Chance at redemption. They own play here at the moment, St Kilda, even without Hayes' help in the second quarter.
They're going to put scoreboard pressure onto the Cats, and he sprayed that one as well. It's off to the right-hand side. Got to take your chances in grand finals. Rebel Sports scoreboard, 4-5-29 St Kilda. Geelong 3-1-19. 10.5 minutes gone here in the second term. Ball back into play. They've got numbers. The Cats, Wojcinski, hand pass away, Selwood, pressure enormous again by St Kilda. Milne digs in once more, and we're going to have a ball up at half forward. No, the umpire calls play on for a moment, and then blows his whistle, and we'll have a bounce. Terry?
Unless Geelong can find a way to get through the middle of the ground or swap their plans around and try to spread St Kilda, they're not going to win this game. They're turning the ball over.
Takes it away. We'll get back to you, Terry, for more on that. But he's got the handball to Clinton Jones. Up and under into the raindrops. Underneath it is Revolt. The pack emerges and they crush over the top. Milne was there first. He tried to get up. They scream for holding the ball, and the umpire pays it.
He gathered it off the ground, got to his feet, and was then tackled.
50 against Milne.
He's had 4 bad errors in a row.
Well, these are the momentum switches that happens in grand finals.
He missed the kick, he missed the goal, he's then given away a free kick, now he's given away a 50, Derm.
That's the first one, which is an ego trip. The rest of it, he's actually finding it, and he's dangerous.
Yeah, that's true. Ablett takes what will be a free kick, you would imagine, on the defensive side of the centre. Settles on Mooney. Now he goes, changes the kick at the last minute. It's the Rook versus Fisher. Fisher got a bite. It's in dispute. Steve Johnson hasn't had a touch. He's got 3 to beat here, and he couldn't beat the numbers. Ray gathered. Kicked it to a one-on-one on the wing. It's going to bounce up nicely for Mackie. Oh, he fumbled. Just got the boot to take it towards the line. And then he kept it in play, not sure why. McWalter came to lend a hand. Mackie maybe over his shoulder. The umpire again has to get involved. 12 minutes gone, second term of the 2009 AFL Grand Final. SEN Autobahn footy. Autobahn number 1 for your car. It's 4-5-29 St Kilda, Geelong 3-1-19.
Kicking the ball up, and Selwood the shark. Hand pass to Hawkins. Hand pass to Wojcinski over the top. Gilbert getting involved. Selwood here. Can he gather it in? He puts his head over the football. He goes against Selwood. Hand pass out to Cameron Ling. Ling only just got boot the ball top of the goal square. Oh, here's Burns. Open goal for the Cats. Burns puts it through. Selwood take a bow again.
Brilliant.
He put his head over the football. He won it and ended up in a Geelong goal. And the margin's 4 points.
Well, there's 2 players that the Cats are really hanging their hat on at the moment, and that is...
Just interrupted, Derm. Sorry, down to you. Half for Coates.
Yeah, bad news for Saints fans. Raf Clark just limped off at a heavy duress. The doctor's having a chat to him at the moment. He'll go straight down the race as the medicos get a good look at him.
He's had the dicky knee. He had it against the Doggies, Derm.
Looks a bit dicky.
I'm going to sound savage, but he let that goal go through, Raf Clark.
All right, well, have a look at the videos and replay.
You have a look at it and see who Selwood
there.
just pushes aside to go past and get goal side on.
So the two players of concern, what were you talking about, Dirk?
Oh, Mackie. Without Mackie, they'd have terrible ball usage and settle in they wouldn't settle in the back line. And also Selwood.
Great tackle from Snyder as Ling was about to escape out of the middle, and it could have been 50. Selwood gave him a bit of extra treatment, but maybe he was just going past. The rain really pouring down now. As Snyder lets loose with a long bomb, it's going to fall just short. Picked off nicely by Selwood with the fist, and Bartel with the assist, and it goes over and out for a throw-in.
Hutto, just had a look at the replay, the video replay of Ralph Clark. Just remember, Joel Selwood carried Clinton Jones on his shoulders before and kicked the goal. Ralph Clark got pushed around, but it is Joel Selwood.
Boundary throw in.
He had a good side on.
Gardner and Ottens tap down from Ottens. Back of the pack, Wojcinski looking for a free. Goddard had claims as he taps it back. Enright held up in a tackle. Steve Johnson's first disposal. No, he still hasn't got one. Was it a handball? No. Holding the ball. He's having a shocker.
I don't think he'll win the award, Hutto.
Don't know why you tipped him for the award, Billy. The ball at half forward. Here's with Luke Ball.
Both Kaczynski and Ruiz ain't kick it long. He goes short.
To Snyder, got the first pipe, but not the second or the third. Paddled back to Selwood, who again bit off more than he could chew. Could have gone for holding the ball. Wojcinski got it to Kelly. Instant handball to Wattens. He adapts well to the conditions. Really sets a task here for Shannon Burns. Bearing down Clinton Jones. Initial fumble. Burns will be good to take it to the line. Hurrying to be a relieved man as it slides across the MCG turf and goes out in front of the members, and the happy snappers down there. 4-5-29 St Kilda, 4-1-25 Geelong, 15 gone. Second term for Rebel Sport, your AFL destination.
11-16 SEN Autobahn Grand Final footy as the umpire hooks it back into play again. Take it cleanly was Ray, whistle.
Bad throw in.
And it was too shallow. The umpire's going to throw it in again.
Just on the Continental Tire stats for the second quarter, 5 to Corey, 4 to Montagna, 3 to Goddard. Stevie Johnson's had 1 contested possession, but no possessions.
And Gary Ablett's pushed forward at the moment. He's got Gilbert, and that's why Clinton Jones was following the little fella Burns around.
Now free kick and pushing them back. It's going to go the way of St Kilda as Brad Orton's got it down. And King might have just caught one in the comic cuts. No free kick. Hand pass off. Now puts it inside the 50. Goddard, he needs a mark. Rebolts! He willed himself to the contest, couldn't take it. Kelly emerges with it though. Hand pass Cameron Ling. Ling just chucks it onto the boot. It's tumbling out towards the boundary line. Ling will hope it'll bounce there. It won't because Graham gets to it first. Then he puts it back inside the 50 again. Revolt sets himself. He's got 3 to beat. Ball hits the deck. He might go here. He's Snyder. Snyder might just wrap it around his body, but he misses to the right-hand side. And 1 point on the Rebel Sports scoreboard. The margin is 5 points. 4-6-30 St Kilda, 4-1-25 the Cats.
Scarlett takes the mark. We'll get the Terry in a moment. St Kilda should be well ahead in this game. They're not. By Ham, Wojcinski to Scarlett. Careful kick to Varco. Go now, Terry.
Well, they've just Geelong at the moment. They can't spread the zone. The zone is beating the man on man every single time.
Out of bounds on the wing. Keep going.
Well, the zone is beating the man every single time. Now, they can't play their run and handball game as much because of the rain. They've got to spread it out wide, try to get the zone to spread, and then come back inside. They're not doing that at all at the moment.
Boundary throw in. The margin at the moment is 5 points. At the foot of the pack, well, they come from every angle, and we're going to have another ball up.
Just interesting injury update too, Ox. Paul Chapman's come back onto the ground. They were testing his hamstring before. We know he's had a dodgy one. He's gone straight to the full forward square, and I reckon he's right.
Jones slams it on the boot, got the clearance. Kelly's been wonderful in defence. Another fist was timely. Milner's there as well, and the ball slides over and out.
Ralph Clark back on.
Yeah, it's good news for the Saints. He's
Geez, we covered one.
very well done.
Still looks a bit proppy.
12 disposals for Lenny Hayes, 11 for Goddard. Continental Tire stat sheet. Bartel, Corey and Ablett on 10. Throw in, Alton's tapped it down. On the half-back line, it is for Geelong, or half-forward for St Kilda on the southern side.
Oh.
Chance to take our breath here.
Terry, you've seen something that just got a bit of doubt about it.
Ralph Clark playing full-back, one out on Chapman. Looks extremely dangerous.
Ablett's gone forward too.
Free kick to the Cats in that ruck contest. Ottens will take it here at left half-back. So Ottens will give the hand pass away. He goes to Enright, who just switches things across the member side. Scarlett, can he gather it in? He might be able to. He'll go off the deck here. The race is on close to the boundary line. Dempster just dashes it over. And we will have a throw in right on the wing.
That's so un-Geelong-like. When they come out of the back line, they're under so much pressure. The best option they are taking is kicking to a one-on-one. They're getting no clear advantage for the recipients when they come out of the back line.
Saints led it by 5 points. Ball back in. Third man up that time was Hayes. He got a palm down and he's after it. And also Ottens wants a piece of it and the umpire will bounce it down again.
Hutto, you were talking about the game. I mean, it's 10 scoring shots to 5. Of those 5 scoring shots at Geelong, you've had 2 brilliant acts from Selwood.
Knocked down. Who can shark it from this congestion? Bartel, brute strength, got a hand pass off to Enright, who kicks the half forward. Out comes Mooney and a couple to beat. Rook was the last man standing. She got a free kick for a high tackle. He will.
No advantage.
At left up forward. So Rook now back over his mark.
They'd be nothing without him up forward.
He's outside the 50. He sends it long. Ablett, can he escape? Ablett couldn't take the mark. He'll get the free for a hold. Free for a hole against Gilbert, and Lucas will go back and line up.
They're really happy with that. They had Chapman on Ralph Clark, they had Gilbert on Ablett, and they knew that if they got the ball in that they'd be too quick and they'd be worried about the players getting front position.
He's got to spear this. From that side, he has to spear it low.
Absolutely. Let's see what Gary Ablett can do, the Brownlow medalist from 40 metres. Gary Ablett, it's there. It's a goal. The Cats are taking their opportunities at the moment. They're putting them through the sticks and they lead by a point. The Saints at the other end have had a few chances sprayed. Rebel Sports scoreboard 4-6-30 St Kilda. Geelong lead 5-1-31.
With Durham, pretty obvious that when Ablett goes forward, Jones is not going to go in the forward line with him. They believe that he's better value up around the ground.
He has now. He's just gone with him. It's the first time for the game, Ox, that he's actually, you called it spot on. Every time that Ablett's gone forward, Jones hasn't gone with him. The first time for the game, they've said he's too risky.
But you'd almost say, yeah, he's so dangerous up there. But if I was St Kilda, I'd say, thank God Gary Ablett's not in the middle of the ground.
Dermot Brereton, David Swartz and Terry Wallace for Star 21. 1 point the difference in the grand final. Gardner the tap for rejuvenated Del Seno. Handball off to Hayes. High kick into the rain. Revolt, no impact in the last 10 or 15. Punched away again by Taylor. Harley and Selva with the desperation stakes. Revolt came. Did he handball it? If he did, it was a gem. It got to Graham. It's through from behind. 4-7-31. They miss again to 5-1-31. That was a brilliant handball if he did.
Well, it was. It's a beautiful pickup. He's a classy player, but once again, kicking around corners, haven't got the composure or the poise when they get their footy in front of goal.
Corey Enright, a kick to himself, and he launched it long out towards the southern side. Bouncing football, he kicked it to himself. So that's okay. We're going to have a throw in.
But why put yourself under pressure? He kicked it to himself, played on, and he still kicked from inside the goal square.
Yeah, bizarre.
Just that.
Bizarre. Yeah, that's just a dream team point. They don't count now.
Ball back into play. Corey able to shark it. Oh, charged down by Montagna. Montagna can gather it. He gets boot the ball. It's an unguarded goal square. Getting back to guard it now is Taylor. He's able to gather it in.
Look out.
Hand past the Scarlet. Dangerous stuff. Here's a chance for Reebok. Couldn't take it. Trying to bust his way through. That time was Selwood again. And now Taylor. Hand pass to Barco. Barco gets boot the ball. Clears the danger area. Out to the southern side wing. After it, Hawkins. Also there. The ball just over and out. As Rook arrives, and we will have a throw in.
Very heavy rain coming down now, boys.
Windy, wet, cold, perfect for boundary riding. Big old fat rain, as Forrest Gump would say.
31 St Kilda, 31 Geelong. They've taken different paths to get there. 4-7 to 5-1 on the Rebel Sports scoreboard. Throw in, back into the slippery slide of the wing. The SEN Sports Nutrition sign out there, just about fading away. We're going to have another ball up.
Continental Tire stats, Hutto, 142 to St Kilda, 149 to Geelong. Inside 50s, the interesting one. 13 to 31 in favour of the Saints.
Incredible, isn't it? The ball comes to Montagna. They'll head forward again. No one stopped. Oh, they did stop him. Late the spoil came from Bartel. He gets buffeted away by Montagna, who comes through and just hacks it about 30 metres. Milburn's up to take the mark in what could be his last game.
That is a dangerous matchup for the Cats. Milburn on Snyder.
That's a dangerous kick. He missed the target. Comes back to Graham. Instant handball was poor. Panicking there. Corey to Mooney. Back to Corey. Centre half forward. Chapman tests the hamstrings. Takes the mark. Rook. 65 from goal. Rook versus 4. Play on as it hits the turf. Burns is in there trying to scrap for it. So too Paul. Where else would he be? Burns gets rolled on top of as he cooked it there. He's on. It's bobbling around. It's 35 metres out from goal. Hawkins over the top of it. McGualter for St Kilda. And the umpire again forced to get involved. Calls for a ball up. 40 metres out. 4-7-31. 5-1-31. 23 minutes gone on the noodle box clock.
Knocked down by Blake. Who can take it? Hayes tried to craft a kick. He couldn't. Now Chapman throws himself over the football. They jump on him, and the umpire's going to ball it up again.
I think the heavier rain has actually suited Geelong coming into this game. I thought the last 15 or 20 minutes it's become more of a stoppage game, which has suited Geelong.
It's 31 apiece. Ball knocked down. Here's Blake, hand pass out to Corey, now to Chapman. Chapman confronted by Ray. He got his hand pass away. Back to Mackie. Mackie with a football. Hand pass Milburn. Milburn's going to put it up inside the 50 here for the Cats. Rook with a couple of beat, getting back Dawson as well. Dawson held on, and he took the mark well. McGregor Logistics contender. It's been smothered. Hawkins takes it, and Hawkins kicks the goal. Dawson makes a monumental error in his defensive goal square, and Hawkins takes the prize. They lead by a goal, the Cats, on the Rebel Sports scoreboard.
Well, a knockdown. I've got a feeling he might have hit the post with the kick.
Yeah, they're complaining about it.
Well, we need to have a look at this.
Confident when he kicked the goal.
But then he changed his mind and punched the air, and I reckon he talked the goal umpire into it.
I've got a feeling he might have hammered a point here, and the goal umpire, it's come at him so quickly.
Video's a replay. He'll be the only one that'll be able to tell us.
It's one of the great grand final goals, really, the big smother, wasn't it? In defence.
What about his grabby?
There we go.
It's been the highlight reel today.
It hit the post. Clearly on the video easy replay, it's a post to be towards 6 points.
Out of the middle, Corey takes it. They've got momentum up to Ablett. Bursting. Farko takes it. He plays on. Off to Chapman. Here they go again. Chapman goals. Got the radar on. 2 goals in a minute. Geelong lead by 12 at the MCG. Paul Chapman. That was the Geelong we've seen through the last 3 years. That was the system up and running. Handball before you even think about it. SEN Autobarn scoreboard. Football on the Rebel Sports scoreboard.
Terry.
7-1-43 Geelong, 4-7-31 St Kilda.
Terry, do we put numbers back? Do the Saints now, there's only 3 minutes to go in the quarter, will they keep on attacking?
No, look, I think you just put one back and just try to settle it, because the one thing Geelong does is they try to knock you out with knockout punches. That's the way that they play. Chapman was involved in both those stoppage goals. He's a great player.
Well, that could have been a momentum switch, that Hawkins goal for momentum energy. We're back in the middle again. King got his hands on the football. They've got to get the clearance here, the Saints. But here's Gary Ablett. He's got the football. He's able to hand pass it away. Wojcinski with the footy, and now Enright. They've got control at the moment, the Cats. As Enright comes out wide, Burns on the stretch. Clark with the spoil. Graham at the drop. Got a hand pass away. Schneider involved as well. Now King. He sends it to half forward here for the Saints. Rebolt flew. Couldn't take the mark. Waiting down. McWalter got a hand pass to Graham. He puts it up inside the 50. Rebolt. Taylor. Good spoil. And the ball tumbles over and out for a boundary throw-in.
The conditions are favouring Taylor versus Rebolt, aren't they? They're helping.
It is, because he has to just stand there, and he has to stand under it for 3 or 4 seconds before he makes a jump. For St Kilda, I think the most important thing is don't panic.
Throw it in their forward pocket. Rebolt gets involved. Ball slipped to the back of the pack. King stuck the boot in. Out comes Milburn. Handball to Ablett. Jones was clamping him, as you'd expect him to do. Around the corner goes Bartel. It's all St Kilda. Graham and Del Santo wait. Del Santo takes it and sums up the situation well. Takes the shortest possible option. And finds Montagna, who doesn't look like he's all that confident.
Well, he should just go back and have a drill at it. He'll kick from 52, but half he's got a little bit of wind behind him.
Yeah, he's got the bruise inside left post for Lee Montagna here.
Well, don't panic. They've got 11 shots to Geelong's 8.
It's a beautiful kick too, Lee.
And they've had more shots at goal, and they looked better for most of the game.
It's going to go top of the goal square. So there's no goal. Is there a mark? It's smashed away back towards Ray. He gets dumped to the ground. Milne slides in. Maybe got some high contact. The umpire, though, not sure in these conditions. It's a bit hard to tell. Ball up 25 metres out from goal. 11-16 SEN Autobarn footy. The 2009 AFL Grand Final. Geelong 7-1-43. St Kilda 4-7-31.
And free kick in that ruck contest against King going to Blake.
Oh, that's a win for Blake. He would have been loving that one.
So Blake will feed the hand pass off to Selwood, who sends it to the southern wing. Goddard will get back and went back with courage as well to take the mark.
Geelong, look at it, they just choked this up now. They're actually putting numbers back. They want no score from here.
Goddard up inside the 50 for the Saints. Dempster couldn't take it. Ball hits the deck. Coming through with Wojcinski. Dempster on top of him. Ball squirts out. Kelly got a hand pass away. Chapman finds some space. And then Chapman's kick was smothered well by Stephen King. Ball squirts out again. And Milburn was able to find a way through and just just chuck it onto the boot and kick it to the outer side wing. No mark to Hawkins. Blake was there. Got a hand pass away and Gonab will put it up inside the 50 again. Milburn will go back. No mark to Revolt. Taylor there again with him. Right on him. Ball hits the deck. Could have squirt out, it does, as Blake got the hand pass away to Wojcinski. Wojcinski's in all sorts of strife. The pressure's been applied. They scream ball. Umpire lets it go on. And can they force it through? They all just jump on top. They need a ball up. The Cats, and they get it.
When tall forwards fall over when the ball's coming to them in wet, slippery, you've got to keep your feet. Got to keep your feet in the wet.
Just a minute to go in this second quarter.
Dermot, is Rewald playing closer to goals today?
Hold that thought, boys. Throw up 38. He's got the ball. His kick goes straight to McWalter, but he couldn't shake him clear. Cats diving in. They're hanging on for dear life. Clinton Jones grabs it and bangs it on the boot and gets a very valuable goal. 30 metres out. 49 seconds to go on the noodle box clock in the second turn. Clinton Jones gets that Applet goal back. 7-1-43 Geelong, 5-7-37 St Kilda on the Rebel Sports scoreboard. That was a Claude Peters goal of the day.
The ripper, Derm, it was an absolute ripper.
Now, the reason I say don't panic is because McWalter's missed a simple, easy shot. Snyder's missed an easy one. Milne's missed an easy one. And the flip side of it, Geelong are even being awarded goals for points they're kicking. So you can't panic. I mean, that's a simplistic way of looking at it, but they're owning the ball for most of the game in their forward line. Don't panic.
We're inside the last minute. Blake got the palm down. There's been a whistle. No ball gets it forward. Taken by Kelly, who's been terrific. Kelly puts it onto the boot and he kicks it to half forward. Johnson was there and couldn't take the mark. Raph Clark and also Fisher got a hand pass away. He got it away to Hayes. There's been a free kick off the football. Going to go to Goddard, who was put down. Goddard now releasing Nick D'Alessandro. Was there time for another one?
Show here.
He comes out to the wing. Graham takes the football. Hand pass back into Fisher. Fisher will send it long, right to the top of the goal square. He needs a mark. Revolt nearly took it. Cozzy off the deck. And Cozzy has kicked the goal for the Saints.
Told you they're a big show here. There's protestation by...
Scores are level.
Milburn, it's a free kick. It's a free kick to St Kilda against Milburn.
A two-goaler.
This is going to make up for the other one. Can you believe it with only 15 seconds?
He'll go again here. Milburn's still giving it to him.
He won't get three.
Snyder kicks the goal. St Kilda are going to be in front at half-time. Oh, this game is controversy all over. Saints fans with glee at the moment. It's doom and gloom in the Geelong box. Just 2 minutes ago, they were 2 goals up. Now they're behind. We need to see the video, easy replay.
And look, ball coming off with the blood rule.
Was trying to claim it was touched. It clearly wasn't.
Well, he had his head down and he actually made contact with the foot after it struck the ball. Now, on those impact stages, you probably close your eyes on those areas, and he probably felt it and thought that was ball I touched. So he's probably telling what he believes to be the truth.
Now, what was the 54 abuse or
demonstrative
dissent?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't get a 50-foot. You wouldn't get a shot to goal square for dissent.
Shouldn't it be the goal be back in the centre then?
It should be in the centre. It shouldn't be there unless it's
all clear hasn't been played.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, it's on the goal square, the Geelong goal square. Emergency umpire get in there.
there's 5 seconds to go. So barring another one of those Brian Lake, Darren Milburn moments, it's going to be half-time with St Kilda 6 points in front. What an unbelievable game of footy. No one's happy. Cats fans venting their anger. Saints fans all of a sudden find themselves back in front. 7-7-49 St Kilda, 7-1-43 Geelong. An extraordinary half of football, especially the second quarter. And before we get into our auto break service halftime break here at 11:16 SEN, let's check in with Steve Brazel with the Saints leading by 6. Braz from luxbet.com. Call 132 Lux. That's 132 589. Is about to get underway at the MCG in front of close to 100,000 people. The third quarter begins with a throw up It's 6-point lead to St Kilda. Selwood with the first clearance after the Ottens tap. Bouncing though, harmlessly to half forward. Raf Clark wasn't as committed as Steve Johnson, who I imagine's had a massive rev up at half-time, has not had a disposal.
Rev up, that'd be a pasting, I'd say, he got at half-time.
As Ox explained, he's got a contested possession, but no disposal so far. Clint Jones goes diving in. Now he's on top of it. He just paddles it out. This is at half-forward for Geelong.
It'll be a ball up again. Yeah, he's got one contested possession, Steve Johnson, but when he won that contested possession, he was caught with a holding the ball. So he's actually in minus negative territory.
Well done that time from Gardner, and Goddard had that fresh airy. Selwood was able to get a handball, but he's hoping more than anything, and Mackie used his body well and then slices a kick around the corner, almost trapped by Burns, was trapped by Steve Johnson. High one inside 50, time to get nervous. Underneath it was Blake, didn't mark it. Gilbert wrapped up in a great Chapman tackle. Hawkins dives in. This is all 20 metres out from Geelong's goal. They've gained some territory there. It's going to be another baller.
Well, Harley now, he's just drifting out. They're building up the wall here, the Cats, but there are 30 players inside Geelong's 50.
Oden's got the palm down. Stevie J just couldn't get a kick away. Through comes Rook. Hand pass taken by Baker. Baker just throws it onto the boot. Luckily, Graham was here to take the mark.
He's going to have to dump out down the line.
So Graham goes to the members' side. Revolt, they're nearly reeled him with the one hand. He goes again, Revolt. It's very close to the boundary line. Kelly got a hand pass away. He threw it away, the umpire said.
He had one arm pinned and the other one, well, the ball just broke free in the swing.
And McQualter will end up with the free here at left half back. He's going to bring it down the members' side.
Safe footy.
It's a high ball. Gardner nearly took the mark. Ottens was there with a spoil, and the ball over the boundary line will have it thrown right on the wing.
In this high-tech era, you have to think about it. A hack kick by Baker gets marked on the back flank. A long kick down the line gets another mark, and then the long kick down the line to the centre wing. It's just simple footy.
Turn for star 21, thrown on the wing, Gardner the tap. Ablett some space to work in here. Thought about giving it to Selwood, didn't. And his opponent ran past, and that cleared the path for more run from Ablett. To half full where Mooney almost grabbed it. Dawson sharked it, but he set up a lot of trouble for Raf Clark. The Cats swarm in, they dive on under, and eventually they will it forward. Mackie's been wonderful. Off to Mooney. Does he have a shot? He does have a shot. Does he connect? No, not quite. It slides across and sneaks in from behind, which probably wasn't a bad result for Geelong because the Saints were bursting to the southern side, which they're going to do anyway. But where to next? Snyder takes the mark. 7-7-49 to 7-2-44, and that hard run is provided by Gilbert.
Really good. It was a 60-metre lead. He knew that there was space there, and it was good discipline by his other teammates to keep that space free for him.
So Gilbert goes short, taking it low down here is Goddard. Hand pass off to Gilbert again. And Gilbert now sends it to half forward here for the Saints. Rebound comes and Taylor the spoil. Waiting down was Ablett. He left it behind. Kelly lost it as well. Schneider hand pass to Hayes. Hayes tumbles at the half forward again and right back there for the Cats, who get the hand pass away to Milburn. Milburn left half back, just slows up, surveys the options, and he finds Bartell,
who goes over the top to Selwood, who marks safely on his knees, slides in and takes it. He's directed along the line by Ablett to go to Chapman, which he duly does. Chapman up off the line, takes the mark. Attacking side of the wing, they lead St Kilda by 5, but it's Geelong with Paul Chapman. Waits and then lets fly, deep inside 50. Mooney and Hawkins. Johnson waits down. It falls in his direction, but actually beats him as it turns out. Goes over the chalk for a throw-in. 35 metres around from goal. Vacant goal square for the Cats.
Just Hutto, I reckon the two most important midfield matchups are Goddard versus Selwood, Bartell versus Hayes.
Ottens gets the tap. Bartell came through. Montagna looking for a free. Hayes takes his turn, and the ball goes outside 50 and back over the line and out of bounds. Ducks Solar Hot Water Scoreboard. Think Solar, think Ducks, think Rebate. It's 7-7-49 St Kilda, 7-2-44 Geelong.
And it's 50 metres around from the Cats' goal as the umpire throws it back into play again. Otten's got his hands on the football. Ablett arrives, couldn't quite gather it in. Hand pass from Emrine was good away to Ling, but he couldn't get boot the ball because of the pressure. And then the Saints push it forward, but Taylor has got it covered on the wing. Hand pass off to Cameron Ling. Ling now lets loose with a big kick inside the 50. Gilbert sets himself. Mooney also flew. Ball hits the deck. Goddard caught one a bit high. Goddard is down.
Own teammate
sore. And the umpire's going to come in and ball it up. Here in the forward pocket, Goddard's still down.
He's all right. He's actually pulled his own mouth guard out and holding it.
Collided with Steve Baker.
Yeah, friendly fire.
So the umpire, I reckon, might have spotted some blood, and there'll be a blood rule as he slowly gets to his feet.
Selwood takes the chance to come up and have a rest himself.
It's good, my maker.
Can you be reported for that?
A few weeks for that.
Only in practice matches.
Oh, Dermot, please. he was an opponent.
Leading stats winners on the day.
Tell us about it, Dermot.
15 for Brendan Goddard, Lenny Hayes and Jason Graham. 14 for Montagna, 12 to Ball, and for the Cats 15 to Selwood and Ablett, and Corey 14 to Milburn, 13 to Bartel.
What he's saying, Harp, is it nose because he's pulled his mouth guard out, or is it teeth?
No, flush on the button, Derm, a little bit of blood trickling from the bottom of his nose. It's a good size honker too, so there's a bit of blood there.
What about Luke Ball? He went off with the blood rule before half-time.
Yeah, no real issue there. Actually, a little blood trickling from the top of his eye, but that's all been cleaned up.
Now, if you have a look at this, Mackey's just sneaked away from the pack. He's in the corridor, and he's opposed to McWalter.
So ball up again. Saints with the football. Oh, here's Gary Ablett. Gary Ablett only needs a second, but he couldn't make them pay. Pushed it off to the right-hand side. He threw it onto the boot. And a minor score on the Ducks Solar Hot Water scoreboard. So 4 points to margin. 7-7-49 St Kilda. Cats 7-3-45.
Quick kick here, and it's taken by Gilbert, who trots his measure and then kicks from the back pocket deep right up to the wing. Dempster. Milburn arrived. Could have been a free against him. The umpire waves it on. Kelly gives it to Milburn in some space, could hit up either of two targets, chooses Ling, marks and wheels onto the left, gives it plenty, Mooney waits for it to come, and when it arrived, he was able to put up the paws and drag down the mark, and surely even Cameron Mooney couldn't miss from here.
Fifth inside 50 for the Cats in this third quarter, and the Saints are yet to actually go over theirs.
4 marks, 1 goal, 1. Mooney 15 out, does the business. Cats take the lead. And on the Ducks Solar Hot Water scoreboard, think Solar, think Ducks, think rebate. It's 8-3-51 Geelong. It's 7-7-49 St Kilda.
Just on the Continental Tire stat sheet for the third term, just a couple of players getting their hands on it. Lenny Hayes got a couple of times. Selwood, Ablett, Enright, Mackey, Johnson. That's the interesting part for Geelong, that they're good players, Derm, come out of the blocks after half-time.
Yeah, contested possessions on the Continental Tire stat sheet, 11-7 in favour of the Cats in the third quarter. Clearances, 4-2 also in the favour of the Cats. Reflected in inside 50s, 5-zip.
Mackey coming off now just for a rest. Any trouble there, Harv?
No, he's fine. Wojcinski coming on for a bit of run for the Cats.
So good start to the second half for Geelong. Back in the middle we go. Give that one to King.
Good contest.
Just diving in and getting to the bottom of the pack. We're going to have a ball up. St Kilda player just getting up slowly.
They've taken ownership of this game, the Cats, at the moment, these first 8 minutes.
That's Snyder who slid in. Made a wonderful contest. That would shake the living daylights out of you, that.
There's the knockdown. Lenny Hayes in the ruck contest. Now McWalter. Then off the deck goes Montagna. Good improvisation. Goes to half forward here for the Saints. Awesome heavy work. No free kick. Milburn got the hand pass out. Squirts out here for Graham. He's outside the 50. Graham, he loads up. He goes top of the goal square. Taylor is there. Rebold takes the mark. Rebold beat him.
That's a great contest.
And he'll go back and line up 10 metres out directly in front. Schneider's coming off Daniel Harpert.
Yeah, looks in a bit of pain too. The heavy breathing coming off, limping his left thigh, I think.
I reckon he did get a glove on this. No, you can't tell.
I don't give that a McGregor logistic mark of the day.
Certainly had to pay that much.
Oh, the video easy replay shows Eric Banner up out of his seat, punching the air.
So it's directly in front, point blank range. And he comes, Nick Rebold. The umpire runs a little to his right, but it's A-OK. It's a goal to the Saints. And they retake the lead on the Ducks Solar Hot Water scoreboard to 8-7-55, Geelong 8-3-51, 9 minutes travelled third term.
Gee, just look at the videos, the replay of the kick and goal there, Derby. He dragged the leg across the body.
But he hasn't got a great kicking action, but one thing that would concern me is in a one-on-one stand and deliver marking contest, they've been inside forward 50 once this quarter for 1 goal.
And we saw it in against the Doggies too. You get it in long to Nick Rebold, and all of a sudden things happen. Goddard did it. They get a goal out of it, and all of a sudden they have belief in their forward line again.
Something in that, Terry. Revolt stayed in the goal square because he went up to the congestion.
Mooney might have a holiday at the start of next year. Looking at the video as he replay. Tap down from Blake, though, as play continues with Hayes. And they're right onto him now.
What did he do?
Dominating start. Just a gentle little punch to the face.
He fell to Gilbert
Gilbert, yeah.
the chops. Took the mark and just gave him one, and probably lucky it wasn't reversed.
8-7, 55 to 8-3. 51, Chuck, well by Montagna, but Ling wings it back, kicks it to centre half forward where Rook comes out. Caught in the crush was Clark, trying to do some tricks was Varco, but it's not the day for tricks. And Dawson's able to shovel it away to Graham. He's been a big factor today. Out to the wing where Bartel and Hayes continue their duel. Sliding in is Harley. It's anyone's footy. Anyone who wants it, roll up and have your shot. Montagna does. It's a ball up on the wing. St Kilda by 4 on the Duck Solar hot water scoreboard.
Well, last week playing any part in this, Geelong have an easy second half of the match, and the Saints, well, they went right down the wire with the doggies.
King gets the palm down. Lenny Hayes got boot to ball, but he was held on in the process, so he'll get the free kick, Hayes.
No ox because they've got the extra day recovery.
Okay.
That evens it out.
Hayes goes short for the run of Graham, who just stops dead and then shuffles back over his mark. He's
Started
on the wing.
Started on the bench, but he's had a great day so far. Dishes up to Revolt on the lead.
9th disposal for Revolt.
So Revolt kicking a hit half out from goal. He puts it up inside the 50 because he flew, couldn't take the mark. Also there was King. Paul hits the deck again. It squirts out, trying to get boot to ball again. I reckon it was Ball. He couldn't. He gets to his feet. He's tackled. Hand pass away, quick kick forward by the Saints, and it's over and out. We're going to have a throw in right forward pocket.
Very, very lucky Luke Ball there. He had the ball, he looked for a handball, and didn't dispose of it correctly.
Gee, there's some heat on here.
4 points the difference, throw in forward pocket. Lots of catch as it comes to Selwood. He moved to the left, then back to the right, and then handball to Corey, and he keeps running to provide another option. Corey in the back pocket of resistance, handballs it. Out to Ling, left foot grubbing kick. Is that a Sam Mitchell deliberate? A Jason Ackerman's job. They look at each other, the umpires. He didn't pay it!
He got scared!
He did. He was conferring, he was looking back at the other umpire who had control.
He wanted his mate to pay it, and his other mate didn't do it. Stage fright on the MCG. The biggest stage of the season. Throw in at half forward for St Kilda. King palms it back. Montagna's having a real dip in this third quarter.
Having said that,
out of bounds.
Going to be another out of bounds. If there is unsurety, make the no decision. And he had unsurety. He didn't have control.
They gave one against Acker last week for kicking at 65 metres.
Well, they could do with a bit of luck here, the Cats.
Ball back into play. Here's Selwood again, getting his body over the football, getting a hand pass out. He wanted the line. Not about this time. That's deliberate, the umpire said.
They got sucked in.
Ball puts it up inside the 50, goes to the forward pocket, revolts! He takes the mark. He busted his gut to get there, and he takes it hard up against the boundary line.
This is where the work rate of Nick Revolt starts to wear his opponent down.
McGregor Logistics mark of the day, delivering on time every time. And can he deliver here, Nick Revolt?
He's about a 1 out of 10 chance from this pocket.
I reckon he's better than that, Dim.
No, 2.
Goddard coming on with a nose chock full of cotton wool.
He's in the right forward pocket. Nick Revolt, the skipper, it's on its way, and it misses.
Good call, Derm.
The right-hand side, Duck Solar hot water scoreboard, 8:56 in Kilda, 8:3:51 Geelong, 13 minutes travelled, third quarter.
Well, Milburn hesitates on the kick in, he has to go back and have another crack at it.
It is on here. This is the hottest part of the game.
Next goal is massive.
To himself, Milburn, the wily old veteran, heads to the southern half-back flank. Pushing on. Hawkins takes the big dive, but there's some hanging on, and it's going Geelong's way.
Had to be Johnson's kick.
It's going to Hawkins.
Johnson was held as well. There's a lot of holding going on in that contest.
What to do next? He's going to bring it back in and find Milburn. Big Saints quickly putting this is their frontal pressure now as Milburn marks, but where's he going to go next?
Big Blakey was calling for it in the centre of the ground. I doubt it they'll kick it 70 metres to him.
Milburn shapes the kick for Selwood. It was well executed. He marks and spins onto the left. The umpire said, "You're off, son." Left foot kick to the wing, not too smart. Arriving late, Varco did well to spoil and not give away the free. Hawkins, an important hand. Back to Clark. He's had some moments. That's a good one. Through to Goddard and off to Graham. He's been a star. Wide it goes to Ball. Wrapped up, lassoed in, but he got the handball away to Montagna. Low into the pocket. Dempster. Well spoiled by Harley. Milne goes to work. McWalter, can they get it through to Revolt? They can, but he's smothered. Desperate stakes by the Cats. Harry Taylor. He has played a very good game on Nick Revolt. behind conceded. There's a goal in at 8-9-57 to 8-3-51.
I know goals are always better than points, but this is not a bad thing for St Kilda kicking points, because the Cats can't get through this set-up zone, and it's actually sucking them, I reckon, of confidence as they play the game further.
He sends it long, and Graham gets to it. Now it's inside the 50. Quick fire kick. Mark taking by Montagna, plays on. He looks at the sticks. He sends it on its way. Is he going to make it? It's ushered through for 1 point. A rush behind. Ducks solo hot water scoreboard. They're peppering away St Kilda. 8-10-58. Geelong 8-3-51.
Geelong are too deep. They've got to get players up onto the 50 instead of in the centre of the ground.
They have been sucked of any opportunity and air at the moment, the Cats.
To himself, Milber, then to Ling, and then over to Kelly, and then a dicey kick is
They got
marked
lucky there.
on the chest with the knees sliding by Wojcinski. So they're inside defensive 50 still. Shepherd applied by Ablett. He escapes and kicks to the wing where Mooney took it easy, but he took the mark. Just in front of Zach. Swings onto the left. Deep inside 50. Rook, he's in front. He should... Oh, he almost marked it. Gardner mauled him, but okay, said the umpire. Taken away Gilbert. Handball to Fisher. Back to Ball. He's been terrific today. Spreads this kick wide. Zach Dawson on the overflow. Confronted by Wojcinski. Takes his body. It falls to Milne. Slippery slide is Kelly. And again, we're going to have a boundary throw in. 8-10-58 St Kilda. 8-3-51 Geelong. 7 points between these two. Magnificent side. 16 minutes gone. Ducks solar hot water scoreboard. Third quarter, noodle box clock.
Gardner wins it down, but straight to Bartell, who gets his quick kick away. It'll bounce just inside the line. We'll have a throw in 52 metres around from the Cats' goal.
We'll be back next week, boys.
Terry?
Since it's dried up, it's now suiting St Kilda again. When the wet weather was there, it was suiting Geelong. This game, while it's played in a defensive structure, is definitely suiting St Kilda.
So the ball back into play again. Brad Ottens leads this one. Gets the knockdown. Ablett had it momentarily. Ottens' second effort was good. Selwood through the traffic. Hand pass back to Ling, who just dumps it onto his boot. He kicks it inside the 50. Chapman is lurking. Chapman, if the ball just sits up for him, he's got it in the pocket. He turns around his shoulder. He loves these. He eats those for breakfast, Paul Chapman. And a goal for the Cats. Clyde Peters contender. He gets his second. And the margin back to a point.
Oh, he's a star. Paul Chapman is one player in the competition that does not waste an opportunity. You give him 5 shots inside 50 and all difficult angles, Terry's going to kick normally 4 or 5 out of those 5.
It really worries me, Gilbert, on him. Gilbert plays his best football up the ground where he can run and attack the ball. Playing right down virtually as a full-back just does not suit Gilbert at all.
Important separation by Max Rook too. Also, we got Harry Taylor on the bench at the moment, which means Andrew Mackie has to go one-on-one with Revolt. So Revolt ran straight to the goal square.
The thrust and parry of AFL footy. Clean tap from Ottens. It's a 1-point ball game. Grabbed out of the middle by Clint Jones. Sends St Kilda up to half forward. There to meet it was Milburn and Dempster. Well done by Snyder. Arrived to lend a hand and then walked it over the line. Milburn says, what about that for deliberate? Milburn would do well to shut up right at this very minute, given what happened early on. 18 minutes in the third quarter. A pensive Ross Lyon looks on the video easy replay.
They've got to use it wisely here, the Cats, if they get it. Just don't hack it forward. They've got to get a couple of little handballs first.
They do get it. It's Ablett clean. Runs 5 and then kicks 35 off the left. Mooney gets dumped well. No, not well. Against Dawson, who's just getting a little nervous. Who isn't? The ball's on the wing. Mooney's got the free for the Cats. Southern side. Doesn't have a lot to go to with good long structure. Steve Johnson wanted it really long. He's got to get to the contest. He gets there at the last minute. It falls to the ground. Ablett, Chapman left standing. Good tackling from both sides. Wonderful stuff. It comes through Clark's hands. Back to Dawson. All hands on deck. This is great stuff. It's rugged stuff. It comes to the back to Graham. They got the handball to Dawson and then off to Gardner. And now Goddard feels the wrath of James Kelly. The crowd with a big appeal. The umpire doesn't want to blow the whistle. Out comes Kelly. Goes again. His handball though is straight to Clint Jones. Back to the wing. Harley bends the knees. Selwood just can't get it now. He does. Gets it to Ablett, who showed it to Montagna. Blistering stuff from Ablett. Took it on his own boot and kicked it long for a terrific behind. 9-4, 58 Geelong. 8-10, 58 St Kilda. 19 gone on the noodle box clock. And it's the Ducks solar hot water scoreboard. Scores a level, boys.
Brendan Goddard coming off with blood trickling from the nose, but more pressing matters, held his right collarbone.
Go straight down there.
Straight down the rooms, yep.
The crunching tackle, wasn't it, by Kelly? Oh, that's an up and under.
Ball back into play by Clark. Big fly. Who can bear the drop? Rook was there, and now Chapman again, he arrives. Chapman puts it inside the 50 to full forward, and it just tumbles over and out for a boundary throw in left forward pocket, but in a good spot for the Cats.
Just inside 50s, 24 to Geelong, 42 to the Cats. And free kicks, 13 to Geelong, 18 to the Cats.
Ball back into play. Ottens wins it down. Hayes is there. Burns also amongst it. Also Big Ottens. He puts his body on the line. The umpire's going to ball it up again. Just saw the video easy replay, and Goddard's shoulder just went directly into the MCG turf. So we'll get half to keep an eye on that. Ball up again. Third man up was Corey. Ottens also trying to juggle it. He couldn't quite take it. Gardner couldn't get an effective boot to ball. Selwood was tackled, lost the football. Hayes got the hand pass away to Graham. Only as far as Harley. Harley tries to force one through. He couldn't get boot to ball effectively. Ball squirts out again. Now to Rebold. Rebold hand pass Schneider. Applying the pressure. Bartell. And it rolls over and out on the southern wing. Scores level. 20-minute mark, third quarter. Ducks solar hot water scoreboard.
Harry Taylor might be in a bit of trouble too for the Cats. When he dived and smothered that ball from Rewalt, got up limping, has come off the ground, as you said before, hasn't been seen since.
Yeah, Mackie on Revolt, so they push Revolt a bit deeper. Throw in on the wing. Comes down towards Ling, but he can't escape the clutches. No one can get the clear footy at the moment. It is hard going out there. Brett Rosebery calls for a bounce.
That's a match-defining loss if they lose Taylor in this situation, because you lose Mackie's attack on the ball, plus you've lost Taylor as a defender.
Yeah, it's a good call. We're going to have another ball up. Would they think about moving Scarlett onto Revolt at some stage? We'll wait and see how Mackie goes, I suppose. Are they working on Taylor, did you say, Half, or is he down?
Just sitting on the bench at the moment.
Okay. Flicked up on the wing. Maybe he's having a rest. Mackie did have a bit of a run on him, I think in that game last time, just for a little while, as Enright escorts this one back over the boundary line.
A lot of tackles in this match, 73 to St Kilda and 65 to Geelong.
Inside 50 count, still 42 to 24. It's a time for everyone just to try and see what's going to happen from here. Everyone taking a deep, deep breath. Throw in balls that managed to get a handball away. Clint Jones takes his turn. Gardner, the soccer tactics, pretty effective. Gained 40 metres and the ball went back over the white line again for a boundary throw and half forward now for St Kilda.
Simple wet weather footy you get taught as a kid. If it's on the ground, you can't bend over and pick it up, just kick it.
But he controlled it too. He didn't hack at it. He actually, like a soccer player, kicked it with the instep to keep it on the deck.
So scores level, knocked down by Ottens. After it, Harley. Clinton Jones applying the pressure. The ball out again. We'll have a throw in.
Every single time there's a stoppage, you'll have a look down St Kilda's end. They've got the two big boys down there and Dempster down there every time. Normally have one extra with a smaller crumbing forward down there as well.
Ball back into play. Knocked down. Graham couldn't quite gather it in. And Schneider now trying to get the hand pass away. Harley doesn't allow him to do that, and we'll have a ball up.
Taylor back on.
I'm glad you saw that, Hutto.
Look, we've got the Cats 67 tackles, and Jimmy Bartell has had 12 of those tackles. So the spread of tacklers across the board is higher with St Kilda.
Graham to ball, close to the boundary line, worked himself into some space, inside the 50, Enright comes from the side and takes a McGregor Logistics mark. He goes across to Chapman, and Chapman takes it right hard back here for the Cats.
And uses the numbers. The spread is good for Mackie. If he gets the accommodating bounce, he can go, but he doesn't quite trap it, and he's got 3 Saints to negotiate. Thrown by Baker, okay to Fisher. Milburn takes his turn, just got the handball away. Shepherd applied by Mackie. Fisher ran into the space. Now it's Gilbert. It's over the line. It's out of bounds. And we've got a throw on the wing. 23 and a half gone.
Every contest at the moment is just pressure. It's so vital. We haven't had a free kick from a stoppage for a long time. It's just handball, rush it on, move it on. Next clear possession will be very interesting.
Gardner out wrestles Blake, got the tap to ground. On the floor was Montagna. Steve Johnson kept the feet. His handball just missed the desperate outstretched hand of Corey. Baker was prepared to take them on. Flapped on by Montagna. Could have got a free. Out to meet it. Harley has been busy, but he can't grab it this time. Through it goes to Del Santo. Snaps it up nicely. Graham's been the man of the third quarter. His 9th disposal coming up. It suddenly opens up for him and he punches it long. It's got to be Scarlett and Kaczynski. Scarlett got the fist. Revolt first up. Revolt's going to get there first. Taylor applies the pressure. Oh, Revolt's gone. That was holding the ball. That was a huge tackle from Matthew Scarlett.
Dempster needed to just at least tell him that he was hot, that there was 2 players there. Not enough talk.
8:10:58 St Kilda, 9:4:58 Geelong. 25 minutes gone in the third term in the grand final for 2009. The long kick along the line from Burns, away from Ling and over the boundary line and out of bounds. What a game of football, everyone.
31-minute quarter at least.
Halfpenny son of Goddard down there.
Just come back onto the bench, Tonsils. Still got the blood trickling from the nose, so that's still an issue for the Saints, but the right shoulder seems to be okay at this stage.
Ball back into play. Blake's going to get a rare kick, and he kicks it to half forward for the Cats. Mooney, nearly with a one hand. Barker was at his feet. He got a hand pass away. Graham was there. Ball comes back to Dawson. He's tackled by Wojcinski, holding the football.
Good tackle. Pinned the arm, and the tackle took him to the ground, so he had nowhere to go. Good tackle.
So Wojcinski's going to line it up from the man on the mark is just inside the 50s, directly in front. Will he be able to go the journey ops?
He's a better kick on the run, but he does kick it a long way. He's got a nice run up on him.
He's got to pretend that he's on the run.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with doing that either, Hutto. You try and simulate the play on.
He's pretty confident going back. He's on the runway now. It is on its way. It's out to the right-hand side. They need to mark the Cats. It's off hands and over for a boundary throw in right forward pocket for Geelong. Scores level.
Kicked it from a long way back in the end, Terry, didn't he?
Too far back, really, but Dawson's just got to have a little bit more awareness around him and really attack the footy.
Tied legs, pressure now.
Scores level, throw in Geelong's forward pocket. They're all looking at each other. Who looked the ball? Otten's the tap off. Blake with a little wonderful move. He goes back again. He almost threw it. Just got it up okay to Graham. In the forward pocket for the Cats. They're still locked. Burns of speculative handball at best. Almost out to the 50. Corey Little Gibb was all right to end right. Next up is Lean, confronted by two Saints.
Oh, this is great.
And another ball up.
It's ugly footy, but it is a wonderful contest.
Just tough and hard. Mooney coming off for a rest.
It's on the true forward flank for Geelong.
No one ready to go on there for Mooney. Rook it is who obliges now. Steve Johnson tucks it under the arm. Handballs to Ablett. Even he can't get clear, but he got it to Johnson. Hacked around the corner. It lands 40 from Geelong's goal, but it's swallowed up beautifully for the Saints by Steve Baker.
He's had a good game.
Yeah, he's having a great game. His 11th disposal coming up. Sneaky little kick back to the goal square to Sam Fisher.
So Fisher now, the last line of defence here for the Saints. Oh, it's a low ball. Oh, Dawson, he couldn't take the mark. Marco is there. Ottens is there as well. Who can get it through? Rook tries to go off the deck and eventually it stumbles over for a boundary throw in.
Zach has the yips.
That wasn't Zach.
No, that was Gilbert.
Gilbert's got the yips. Zach did make a pretty fumbly error before at the top of the 50.
Ball back into play. Otten's trying to win it down. It's in a dangerous spot for the Saints. And we're going to have a ball up again.
This is unbelievable.
25 metres out from Geelong's goal. Scores level at the 27-minute mark. So many numbers around the footy. The umpire throws it in the air. Lenny Hayes just takes it himself and says, I'm going to kick it out wide and get it out of dodge. He kicks it towards the boundary line and Rebold sees it over and we will have a throw in.
It feels like it's the 27-minute mark of the last quarter. There's still a quarter to go.
Well, we got 17 goals kicked in the virtually 3 quarters of footy. Everyone is just vital.
Yeah, throw in just, and Geelong's attacking side bounces back to the true centre wing now as Chapman got some good service from Johnson, then feeds it back to Selwood, has the composure to order handball to Blake. Don't know if you call that composure. Blake did pretty well to Steve Johnson, who takes on the world, and he's been pinged.
You'll have to have a good last quarter to win that Norm Smith, Hutto.
Not sure if he had the full throw opportunity there, but maybe he just didn't show up
you know what?
to get rid of it.
He was good enough to get out of the first tackle and then took on the second.
Gilbert's running hard.
Oh, he's loose. Del Santo finds Ray, goes to Gilbert. Now there's a loose man in Raf Clark. He's got to get there and the build-up will be complete. Raf Clark can give to Fisher. He doesn't. Chooses not to. Going to roll the dice with a big long one for Raf. Top of the goal square for the usual suspects. Revolt almost. Kaczynski at the back. And then Milne comes in. He handballs instantly. Bartel slaps it back over the boundary line and out of bounds. And it's Geelong's turn to defend for their lives. Throw in to take place 30 metres around from goal. Scores a level. They're not going anywhere. 8:10:58 to 9:4:58.
Ball back into play again. Knocked down by Blake. Here's Montagna. Gets boot to ball. Montagna!
He took off before the ball got tapped.
He kicks the goal for the Saints. They're in front by a goal. Duck Solar Hot Water scoreboard.
Clyde Peters.
9:10:64 St Kilda, Geelong 9:4:58, 29 minutes gone, third term.
Well, you did right, Derm. He started about 30 metres back and he just made his charges. The umpire put the ball down near the ground.
Well, Bartel is such a good ball winner. He was standing, well, not next to him, but on him. He took a step forward, Bartels, towards the contest, which means he lost sight of Montagna. The ball actually dropped short in flight, and Montagna took off. And by the time where Bartels saw, hey, the ball's coming down in front, Montagna was already there. He can never close down that pace from that head start.
Saints by a goal. Comes down towards Del Santo, but Ablett was there and so was Goddard. Umpire holding the ball against Ablett.
That's a shocking ball.
Oh, boy. Goddard comes up and kicks it out wide. Loose is Farron Ray. He's got a bit of space, and that's a rare thing. Long to Kaczynski at the back. Milburn climbs mountains to get there, and he fists it through from behind.
Well, handy point.
Oh, yeah, but it was wonderful stuff. 9:11:65 to 9:4:58. St Kilda leading that by 7 points on the Ducks Solar Hot Water scoreboard. There's a minute to go in this third quarter, and here's Gary Ablett.
He's working hard at the moment.
He's got on the members' wing. Ablett, he goes up searching for Rourke. Oh, Fisher was good. Desperate got back there. Chapman takes it. Hand pass Varco. Varco nearly run down. Got boot to ball though. Burns couldn't take the mark. Blake is back there. Blake got a hand pass away. Now Dawson hand pass Montagna. He can run and bounce and carry. He runs again. He bounces, only just gets it back. He's running down the southern side. He keeps it low. Revolt couldn't take it. He got a hand pass back now. Raph Clark. He's under enormous pressure. They're all over him like a cheap suit. They jump on top of it. And the umpires free.
Poor decision by Montagna. He had Kaczynski on and he chose to bounce, try and draw and kick to the leading Revolt.
13 seconds left in the quarter.
Got to be quick.
9.
Too late now.
Steve Johnson, what's he going to do? 6 seconds left now. Stevie J takes on Revolt on the mark, and then he kicks it to half forward. Barco takes it out of the siren sound before it hit his chest.
Yep.
The umpire said, yes, it did. And that is all she wrote for the third quarter. It's three-quarter time. Saints by 7 points.
9:11:65 to 9:4:58. We'll get to Steve Brazel in a minute. Derm, you call it. What's going to happen in the last quarter?
Well, can I just get half? If there is any assistance with that breeze we saw early, does it still exist? Will it go to the Saints' end in the last quarter?
Yes, Dermot just picked up the last 3 minutes and is going towards the right forward pocket to the city end where the Saints will be kicking.
Chapman to the goal square. Takes Gilbert with him. Heavy rain falling.
It all comes down to one quarter. St Kilda by 7 points. We're underway in the final term. Ablett in there trying to get it out. And the umpire's going to come in and ball it up again. Terry, this suits Geelong, you think?
The rain won't hurt Geelong. Their chance is 1 inch.
Ball up again. Blake was able to get the palm down. Ablett left it behind. Hayes came in. He got a hand pass away only as far as Ling. It deflects away to Corey. And Corey now sends it to half forward for the Cats. Oh, Rook nearly took the mark. Here's Varco. Knocks it to his own advantage. He couldn't pick it up though as Chapman goes to the ground. Clark with a hand pass out to Graham. Graham only just got a boot the ball out towards the members' wing. A bouncing footy and right getting back here for the Cats. He takes it. Now a hand pass into Milburn. Milburn was tackled but got boot the ball. And Hawkins just takes it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in.
7 disposals, Hawkins 1 goal, which was a dodgy one at that. 9:11:65 St Kilda, 9:4:58 Geelong. 1 minute gone. The ball has eked its way into the 50 for the Cats. Bounder umpire does his thing. Blake gets the tap down, hoping that Chapman can run onto it. He duly does. Low ball into 50. Hawkins, you got to hang on, and he does.
Great shepherd by Ablett.
He didn't look all that confident as he took the mark. He juggled it. But Tom Hawkins,
you know what
he's taken the grab 45 metres out. He
won the hands, dude.
He actually went weather marked it very well. He actually flat-handed it, knowing that he was going to take the second grab, just dropping down to the belly button area. It just bounced away from his flat handers a little bit much than he would have liked.
All right, well, they're all Clive Peters goals of the day from here. He's got to run through the logo. He's got to kick from 50 metres. Tom Hawkins, the young blue-eyed boy from the Cats, has kicked a wonderful goal. Oh, lock yourselves in, everyone. Steel yourselves for 30 minutes of fantastic footy. It's a 1-point ball game. 9:11:65 St Kilda, 10 10-4-64. There could be a death in the box here today. There could be a death. Ross is as pale as I've ever seen a man. Oh boy, look at Billy. He's throwing up as we speak. Here's David Swartz and
There's a bit to come up too.
And closely followed by Hutto, who's just a slight shade of grey at this moment. Got a little bit better with that one. Wonderful goal for Tom Hawkins. And make no mistake, in the last 25 minutes of footy, that is going to do his confidence no end of good.
Chapman, another clearance. He's just chopping Gilbert around the clearances.
He's a good shepherd by able to go on about it. He just gave him so much time.
1 point ball game on the Rays outdoor scoreboard.
There's going to be a free kick to the Saints. Johnny Hayes was taken without the football, so he'll get the centre clearance for St Kilda.
Open this side of the ground.
He loads up, he goes inside the 50. Revolt trying to get to it. He couldn't take the mark. Ball comes to Kelly. Kelly now gets a hand pass away to Blake. Blake, oh, it's an ugly kick, but he got it away. Out to the wing, and Bartel gets there and takes the mark.
See, they look like they've just got safer hands at the moment, the Cats.
Jimmy Bartel, he goes searching for Stevie J, couldn't take it, hand pass backwards.
Mooney.
Back to Bartel again. He kicks it to Mooney, kept it low. Mooney couldn't take it. Numbers here with the Saints. Back there, Gilbert able to gather it in. And then got the hand pass backwards, Blake. And then Gilbert again. And then Gilbert will look up. He'll send it short. And the mark's been taken by Dawson, still in half back for St Kilda.
Some nervous Saints fans behind us as Dawson takes the mark and then goes back and goes for distance. Out to the wing, out to Revolt. Bartel will come back with a flight. Revolt came forward, a little slap over the chops from Taylor. Hayes was there to oblige. Around the corner the kick goes. Montagna and Enright one-on-one. Montagna did really well and almost able to reel the mark in. But Enright was right with him, and the ball eventually dropped off both players' hands. He went over the line and out of bounds. 9-11-65 St Kilda, 10-4-64 Geelong.
Cats playing a conventional forward line, 6-man forward line. Saints a 4-man forward line.
Ball back into play, Jimmy Bartel. And also Hayes going for it, and then Gardner just got boot the ball. It's a high one. A Revolt. He flew for it but couldn't take it. Enright was waiting down. Montagna had him cooked as soon as he took possession. They screen ball. Milburn gets boot the ball. He puts it out to the wing. It's a tumbling footy. After it here is Rook. And also Fisher. And Fisher just escorts it over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in on the wing. It's the Saints by a point. 4-minute mark of the final quarter. 2009 AFL Grand Final with thanks to Autobarn.
Fisher's done his job. He's kept, Rook's done his job on Fisher. 11 possessions only for Fisher.
On the Continental Tire stat sheet, ball thrown in.
Milburn on Gil.
Hanging on by a point. Tap from Gardner down to Steve Johnson to Bartel, who's been huge in this 5 minutes. And look at Ablett. Look at Ablett. He found his way through somehow. Got the handball off. Wojcinski's long ball should be covered, or it's punched to the line by Fisher. Probably could have marked it, but just decided to do the safe things. And it's over the line, out of bounds in the forward pocket.
Because if he doesn't mark that, it goes through his hands with the wet ball and runs towards an open goal. So he has to put the fist into it for safety.
Cats trail by a point. Alton's doing the ruck work. Grabs it. Did he handball it? Did he actually take it? Could have been holding the ball. Montagna. Here's slammed, accosted into the ground. It's 35 metres out from goal. Cats screaming for a free, Paul Chapman, but he had no prior opportunity, Lee Montagna. It'll be a quick throw up. They wrestle. They get it down. Can anyone find the footy on the ground? Bartel will, if anyone will. Gets it out to Altons, to Enright. Slams it on the boot. Into the goal square, just tosses it up for Hawkins versus 3. Raf Clark gathers and shows it to them. And handballs along the line. Barco first onto it. Handball back to Milburn. He wades his way through. Will he roll the dice? No, top of the square. Mooney. Gilbert. And he keeps it in, Gilbert. Shows some dash. Shows some bravery, maybe some stupidity as the ball's brought back into play. Rook lends his considerable aggression to the contest. Del Santo hammers it onto the boot. Up to Revolt. Well played, Saints. Up to the wing now. Kaczynski attacks the footy. Scarlett stayed behind. Revolt lost his footing. Could be cooked. He's over in play on. Taylor handballs. This is great stuff. Hope you're enjoying it at half forward for the Cats. Taylor gets it to Enright. Yours, Matty.
And Enright puts it towards half forward. He wants Mooney. Oh, got a hand to it. Couldn't take it. Ball hits the deck. Got a hand pass away. Fisher confronted by Milburn. He got his hand pass away to Clark. Clark a hand pass away as well. Oh, Rook just keeps on keeping on. Ball hits hits the deck, squirts out, comes away to Clark again, and now busting through was Lenny Hayes. Hand pass out to Baker. Baker eventually gets boot to ball, clears the danger area, out to the members' wing, and he's got it covered here for the Cats. And then it Burns, he kicks it to half forward. Ablett couldn't hold on, and it's over, and it's out, and we're going to have a throw-in with the Saints leading by a point.
The bad news is
Harry Taylor's going to come off. He's gone.
Harry Taylor's cooked, yep, spot on, Ox.
Absolutely, but Revolt has run himself into the ground. He hasn't got much left in the tank. He'll need a breather at some stage.
St Kilda by one, half forward Steve King somehow got on his own. Big King kicks the ball, the former Cat captain, back to the wing. Kazitsky looks strong. Takes the McGregor logistic mark, can kick the half forward to Dempster. He waits for Revolt to run, being held on to by Harley. He's going to be there, Revolt. Harley got the spoil on his last legs in his career. Kelly gets dumped, but he did that very cleverly. Took it over the line, but it's good news for St Kilda. They've got it out of defence without conceding a score. I don't know how they did.
And you're right, Derm. Revolt is cooked as well. He has run himself into the ground.
9-11-65 St Kilda, 10-4-64 Geelong. Raise outdoor scoreboard, half forward for St Kilda.
Ball back into play again. Brad Ottens is there. He got his palm down, and now comes to Stephen King. Around his body inside the 50. Revolt went with one hand, couldn't take it. Mackie waiting down. Hand pass to Corey. He was clean. Got a hand pass away to Kelly. Back to Corey again, who bashes it onto the boot. He gets it out of the danger area for the moment. Coming up to meet it there. Burns couldn't take it. The ball squirts out to Farron Ray. Ray now can put it back inside the 50 for the Saints. Smacked away by Corey Enright. Who can take it now at ground level? Harley lunging after it. He couldn't take it. Ling was there. Enright's there as well. We're going to have a stoppage at centre half forward for St Kilda.
Suns come out. Mackey's on Revolt.
Whereas in the second quarter, and they miss shots, simple shots, St Kilda, they've got no crummers inside 50 now, the Saints.
Throw up on the 50. Wojcinski takes it on himself just to scoot through and take it away. Out to the wing. It's one-on-one. It's Clark for St Kilda. It's Burns for the Cats. He turned him to the right and then back to the left. And then he is away. He's got to run for his life as he kicks it into half forward. Chapman takes the mark. Hawkins in the sunshine or rookie goes for Steve Johnson instead. Oh, Steve Johnson's over the goal square. Over the head of Fisher. They're lunging. They're knackered. They can hardly raise a breath. Rook needed some support. Fisher lunging. Great stuff from him as well. But it's not passed. Crisis not averted yet. Oh, Bartel, not sure what he was doing. He was laying an egg at half back. And Fisher was able to kick it back to the wing. All Geelong on the wing. Oh, the 5 all went up. Otten's got it down. Now in it goes. Corey had the handball back to Ottens. In the wing, overrunning it was Harley. He's just about gone as well. Over the top, Selwood loses his pants. Milne picks up the ball and gains 30 metres. Every kick, every handball is getting wild, rapturous applause in this great grand final. 9-11-65 St Kilda, 10-4-64 Geelong. 10 minutes gone on the noodle box clock. Matty G.
What a game as the umpire throws it back into play. It's a shallow throw in. Getting to it was King, got the palm down ball, got the clearance. He puts it to half forward, taken by Mackie on the bounce though, who kicks it to the wing, getting back there. Graham nearly took it. He couldn't take it though. Dawson was good at the drop. Hand pass away to Ball. Ball now to Schneider. Schneider can run. He's 55 from home, Schneider. He gets around Tommy Harley. He runs to 48 metres. Schneider for goal. He misses off to the right-hand side. And 1 point, raise outdoor scoreboard. 2 points the margin, St Kilda lead.
Schneider come off the interchange. It's the only bloke that's been spare anywhere for the last 10 minutes.
He saw who was on then too, didn't he? Saw it was Tom Harley. Thought he'd take him on. Mackie kicks in. Long. Will it get over Graham's head? It doesn't. Graham takes the McGregor logistic mark of the day in front of Wojcinski. 10 minutes gone in this last quarter.
Jason Graham. He can't lead, Hutto. He's got nothing in the tank.
27th disposal from Jason Graham. Top of the goal square they head. Kelly the first bite. Be great time for redemption for Stephen Milne, but he can't take it. Gee, Blake does wonderfully well, and even better now as it falls for Chapman. They're outside 50, they're onto the wing. Chapman goes and goes again off the ground. He goes, he just goes. Onto the wing, here's Clark again versus Burns. They duel, they go at each other. First to the left, and now Gilbert comes back in and kicks it out on the full. Oh, it's not just going to be about who can be clean, it's going to be mistakes as well. As Shannon Burns takes the free, the umpire says play on. He handballs to Steve Johnson, who stuffed it, he dropped it. And now they turn it over, he's had a nightmare. Around the corner, Farron Ray. Blake and Ablett, Blake at Geelong that is. But it's taken by Clint Jones. He hooks around the corner. Kazitsky versus Scarlett. Scarlett comes through. Won the contest initially, and he gets great support. Is that holding the ball? Enright on on top. Umpire says no, hits a ball up.
This is one of the great finals we've ever seen.
Ray's outdoor scoreboard, 9-12-66 St Kilda. Geelong 10-4-64, 11.5 gone for Autobarn.
Gardner's getting stronger.
Gardner knocked down here. Schneider, was he taken without the football? Umpire says no, as Corey clears it to the wing on the southern side, and Dawson takes a great mark. Zach Dawson, now he plays on. He's going to send it long up inside the 50 again. Enright's waiting for it. Revolt's coming hard, couldn't take the mark. Ball hits the deck. Stephen Milne just lost his footing. He gets back up again. He's wrapped up in the tackle by Kelly. And the umpire will ball it up.
Michael Gardner is looking really powerful at the moment, really strong.
Knocked down again to Ball. Ball was wrapped up again by Kelly. And we're going to have another bounce. It's at half forward here for the Saints. They're holding on, they're clinging on by 2 points.
Still no one on Snyder. He's been by himself for 5 minutes without an opponent.
Out the back of this bounce down.
Knocked down by Blake of the Cats, taken by Enright, who has again had no prior opportunity. And want to bounce down once more.
What about the Tuckers boys? 101 to St Kilda, 87 to the Cats.
There's the ball up. Knocked away. Montagna attacking it. Ball hits the deck. There's arms and there's legs everywhere. They lay on it, and the umpire's going to have the ball up again. Right forward pocket for St Kilda.
They are spent, these blokes. There is nothing left.
St Kilda's structure looks fantastic inside 50 here.
Blake got the tap, slapped away from Kelly. It's all about meterage, and that gains 10 for Geelong. Takes them 40 metres around from St Kilda's goal.
Just trying to explain what's going on is Geelong's getting more numbers to the contest, about 15 metres off the contest. St Kilda have got a couple of extra players so that if they get it, they can kick a score.
It's almost like they got a grid zone out away from the congestion.
Throw in, Gardner the tap. Selwood put his nose over the footy and was able to paddle it to Corey. Speculative handball was better than I thought. Had eyes, he got it out to Barco. Kicked the moon, he has dropped his head a couple of times. Couldn't mark under the pressure. Blake arrives for St Kilda. Walks it over the line. There was enough pressure there for the umpire to deem it should be a throw in. Right in front of the light tower, number 4. Boundary, don't know why I said that. Throw in on the wing. Gardner unopposed. Got the tap down. That was too easy to Jones. Handball to Dawson. He's forced back into retreat mode though. Because KB would say retreats, concedes ground. Heads right all the way back with a kick to half forward. There's Blake though. Buffeted off the footy. Got a handball away to Taylor. Had a little look over the shoulder. And got the handball back to Enright there. Going back the Cats before Kelly goes forward. That was clever. To Corey. Handballs because he's taught to. They've got tired bodies, tired legs. It gets to Ajinski somehow. He takes a bounce. Mr. Audacious, no! Holding the ball, he shouldn't have. He was jumper was just tagged. It was just tagged. It was inches between being a hero and zero there. Jones takes the free. St Kilda by 2. Ray's outdoor scoreboard. Last quarter at the MCG.
Rav Clark.
He goes back to Rav Clark. He goes back to Clinton Jones. Jones now, he's going to run on the outer side wing. Now he sends it to half forward. It's up inside the 50. Harley flew. Ball. Oh, here's a chance for the Saints. It was Dempster who just went off to the right-hand side in 1 point. A minor score. 3 points to margin now. St Kilda lead. Ray's outdoor scoreboard at the 15-minute mark of the final term.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's the first crumb they've picked up inside 50 in this last quarter, and they get a shot at goal. They just need Schneider to get hold of the footy at ground level. So Cats need to come out strongly.
Beautiful mark from Gary Ablett at halfback. The champ, the Brownlow medalist, takes it after the Milburn kick. Now he's off. He decides to take on Jones. Kicks a fairly dappy, awkward kick to the wing. Burns the initial fumble, recovers really well. His leg just as he was away. That's a great free kick. Now, he's not out behind the mark. Brings it back into Scarlett.
Stevie J.
Forward of the centre on the bouncer, was trying to get it to Chapman. He couldn't. Thrown away by Fisher. Could have been holding the man. This is desperate stakes again out along the line. Ablett again takes it upon himself to try and do it. Just thrown forward. Hurled forward by Selwood. On defensive 50-50. Gilbert shows his rugby union background. Comes through. Was that deliberate out of bounds? Montagna kicked it to the line. He's going to be pinged.
Yes!
Half forward taken by Mackie instantly. Up to Barco. Can he hang on for dear life? He can't. Fisher sweeps. Fisher kicks, back to the wing, and we'll do it all again, folks.
We will. Corey couldn't quite hang on to the mark. He gets boot the ball for the Cats. Bartel couldn't take it. He'll go again, Bartel. He did well to evade the tackle, and he puts it up inside the 50. Mooney will fly. He couldn't take the mark. Here's a chance for Ottens. Ottens will try and get the hand pass out there all over him. They want a stoppage, the Saints, and they're going to get that stoppage. Top of the goal square for Geelong.
8 minutes left on the noodle box clock. 3-point lead to the Saints.
Good crowd
in Geelong's goal square.
99,251's the crowd.
Yeah, great crowd.
Ball up again. Otten's got the palm down, and they're just going to blanket the footy again. The umpire's going to have to ball it up.
Who's got more numbers? Have Cats dropped any back here? A couple backs, so slightly more Saints.
32 players inside Geelong's 50.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to score a goal for the Cats. Lenny Hayes, third man up. He got the knockdown. Ball got the kick forward, and right now, top of the goal square, needs a mark for the Cats, but it's been taken by Graham. Hand pass ball going to hand pass away. Ottens now dives on the football. He's on top of it, and we'll have another ball up. It's 15 metres out from Geelong's goal.
As difficult as what it is, St Kilda just can't shank the ball back out of these packs, or otherwise it'll go straight back to Geelong.
The wrestle continues. Bartel almost off the ground.
St Kilda
missed. It was Chapman. It was Chapman. It's a behind.
Gardner coming off.
It's back to 2 points.
Still 7.5 minutes, Hunter.
9-13-67, 10-5-65, Ray's outdoor scoreboard.
Goddard goes short and Gilbert takes it in the back pocket.
Revolt comes up to supply the long lead.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a dodgy kick. Mackie goes off the deck. Farron Ray's got it at half back. He just bashes it back on the boot again. He goes to the middle. Schneider will fly. Couldn't take the mark. Corey recovery good. He was tackled. They scream ball. No free. Cats with numbers momentarily. Then Montagna inside the 50. Cozzy wasn't paid. Melbourne evades the tackler. Hand pass to Kelly. And Kelly will just go short. It was a dodgy kick. Ling goes in. Selwood goes in as well. Scampering after it, Del Santo. Hand pass off to Goddard. Hand pass to Schneider. If he can pick it up, it might open up for him. He knocks it on. Mills got it inside the 50. Stephen Milne, top of the goal square. Revolt! He couldn't hold on this time. Barker was at the drop. He got a hand pass away. And Harry Taylor should be able to come out and get it to Selwood. Oh, it was Del Santo with the spoil. It's at half forward for the Saints.
Ablett takes it under enormous pressure. Handballed it up. It was good direction. Corey's got Barco on. Barco and sit and wait. He can give it to Chapman if he wants. He doesn't. He bounces. He's just laconically running and then handball and missing the target in Chapman, who paddles it to the front and then goes off the ground and kicks it out on the full. Barco. That was not a moment to be proud of. Bomber Thompson takes the headset off. He's done all he can do. Free kick to St Kilda. That man, Jason Graham, he's just about the Norm Smith medalist. Gets it off to Goddard. Lands it on the wing. It's Ottens easily over King. Drags down. Oh no, not paid the mark. Ottens is going to be a ball up. Going to be a ball up. Thought he held on, but clearly he didn't.
6 minutes, 10 seconds left of actual play with all these stoppages. Probably about 9 to 10 minutes of footy left.
Saints lead by 2 points. We're going to have a ball up again on the southern wing, just slightly favouring the Saints. Coming away in right. Hand pass off to Joel Corey. He got boot the ball. It's a tumbling footy. Burns meets it nicely. Burns turns around. Shows great speed. Kicks the half forward. Mooney drops it. He couldn't take the mark. Ball hits the deck. Graham arrives. Mooney goes again. Chapman in there. Chapman extracts it. Hand pass to Rook. Here's Maxi Rook onto the Birds. And getting back there and pushing it through for 1 point. I reckon it was Baker just lunging. It's a minor score. It's a point the difference and Kilda lead.
He lunged into the post.
The right shoulder has hurt himself too.
A classic case of separate the AC joint.
Goddard to himself, and then he just kicks it as long and as strong as he can. Revolt arrives, but he crashed the pack. He didn't stay standing. Taylor did. Handball to Chapman, low pass. Joel Selwood. Oh, Joel Selwood's going to have to kick it 50 metres here.
They've got to do something about Chapman. Chapman is absolutely chopping them to pieces around that 50-metre arc.
24 disposals, 7 inside 50s, 2 goals, 2 for Chapman. But let's paint the picture under the lights of the MCG. 20 minutes gone in the grand final for 2009. Joel Selwood, the young prodigy. He's got to kick it 50 metres on a 45-degree angle. It won't be a goal. Will it be a score? It's a score. It's a behind. Scores are level. 67 apiece. 9-13, 67 St Kilda. 10-7-67 Geelong.
Nick Del Santo's got it in his hands.
On the mark.
A little kick to himself, and he takes that advantage and kicks it out to the member side wing. He needs a mark. Knocked down by Harry Taylor. Montagna is at the drop of the football. He kicks it to half forward. No mark to Cossie. Crawling after it, Scarlett. Ball squirts out. Corey first to get to his feet. He got a hand pass away. Schneider tackled by Barco. They scream ball. Enright in there as well. They jump on it. The umpire lets it go for a moment, and then we'll ball it up again.
Terry Wallace for start 21.
Gee, Joel Corey's last 15 minutes has been just outstanding across half-back.
At 28 disposals now.
Scores a level here in the grand final. Knocked down. Selwood extracts it. He got the hand pass away, but only as far as Montagna. Back to Lenny Hayes. Terrific smother by Mackie, who gathers it himself. He hand passes forward for Geelong. Look is there. Here's Gary Ablett. He couldn't get a decisive possession, but pushed it forward about 5 metres. We'll have it throwing 51 metres around from Geelong's goal.
Robert Thompson got Tommy Hawkins off. Wants Stevie Johnson to win the game.
Where's Barry Breen? Who is going to be Barry Breen? Throwing on the wing, scores level, half forward, I should say, for Geelong. Selwood came through at the back, it squirts out to Goddard. Along the line, that'll help St Kilda's cause. It gains them 10 metres. Oh, God, I thought you were an idiot, Ox, when you said it was going to be a draw. But I tell you what, you might be right. I don't know we can go through this again, can we?
We can.
Scores a level in one of the greatest ever grand finals. Throw in at half forward for the Cats. Tired bodies everywhere. Slapped away by Ray. Milne. Good handball. Clinton Jones. Here's the Saints on a surge. Left foot kick that had come back enough. Harry Taylor's read it well. Revolt didn't. Taylor takes the mark. Can he afford to slow down and kick like that? Oh, he can just. And Enright clings on. Now they're on in the middle, the Cats. If this kick's good, if it gets to Steve Johnson, he's got Ablett away. If he sees him, he's got to kick it to Ablett. Ablett takes the mark. No! Zach Dawson saved the day, but Scarlett got it back to him. Ablett through centre half forward. Gary Ablett's kick won't have enough on it. Fisher, will there be a score? Will there be Zvarko? Paul Chapman goes his own sweet way. He goes his own sweet way and kicks what could be a golden goal off the left boot. Paul Chapman. Geelong lead by 6.
Oh, just amazing. Zach Dawson's effort, unbelievable. Scarlett came through with the depth touch with the foot. Ablett went and kicked it inside 50, and there's just brave efforts after brave efforts. As we said, Terry, you give Chapman half a chance, and that's what he'll do to you.
Well, Gilbert had to come up the ground off Chapman to try to defend. He's tried to do the right thing to win them the game, but it left Chapman sitting by himself.
It wouldn't be long left. The Saints need to get their centre clearance. It's going to be Stephen King, and it's going to be Blake to do the ruck work. The umpire tossed it up. Blake got the palm down. Del Santo was ripped out of his hands by Ablett, and we're going to have a stoppage.
Well, we thought about 29 minutes, 30 minutes at the 6-minute mark to go.
Still time.
Still 25 minutes at least.
Knocked down by Hayes, but out of mid-air was Corey with a boot out towards the members' wing. It's a tumbling football. Mackie leading in the race. He'll just usher it over. It's a good result for the Cats. We're going to have a throw-in.
Well, we always say Geelong have stars that stand up. I reckon Chapman and Corey in the last quarter have been just absolutely outstanding. Those
Gardner-Wright's fresh men on.
Ball back into play. Hayes trying to rip it away again. He's going nowhere. We'll have a ball up still on the wing members' side. The Cats lead by 6 points.
74-73 was the margin in the 66 grand final.
Ottens taps it back. Back towards Ling and Del Santo. Ling got a handball. He went after it again. He'll be in no hurry at all to take it further on. He's happy to work it over the line and out of bounds. Geelong lead by 6. We've reached the 25-minute mark of the final term in the 2009 AFL Grand Final. There's the throw-in. Over the top, third man up, Goddard, but Selwood was able to take it away. His kick went straight to Graham. Slammed it on the boot, roll of the dice stuff. Corey with a desperate lunge. McWalter with the handball. Dempster locked up by Scarlett. You are not going anywhere on my watch, says Matthew Scarlett. And they take it over the line. Oh, well done by Milburn that time. And we're going to have another throw-in.
This isn't fair to St Kilda supporters. This is not fair, as in another close grand final.
It's not lost yet, Ox.
Revolt, 2-on-1, inside 50. Only man there for the Saints.
Throw in back to Ablett. He got hip and shoulder. 2 doesn't go into 1. The Cats find that out the hard way as Enright cleaned up his own man. Ablett, they don't want to knock it too far away from there. They just want to keep it in, but without... Oh, he's just about to pay the free. But Ablett somehow found a way. Kicked it to centre half forward. Fisher versus Rook. They climb into the air. They're digging deep. Burns somehow got it to Rook. It's all ahead of them off the left boot. Mooney versus Dawson go around the kitchen one more time. It slaps out to Rook. As hard a man as you've ever seen walk this MCG turf. He's done it with one kick. That is a handy point. That is the definition of a handy point. Geelong lead by 7. He's socketed through for a behind. 11-8, 74 Geelong. 9-13, 67 St Kilda.
Oh, McQuall to the fumble. It opens the door up here for Mackie. He's got it at half forward. Hand pass to Chapman outside the 50. Chapman a big high ball to the forward pocket. Gilbert will fly through it. It's off hands and it's over for a boundary throw in. Right forward pocket for the Cats. They lead by 7 points. There wouldn't be long left now. We've gone nearly 27 minutes final quarter.
I don't know if the Saints have got the skills to get through this from here.
Ball back into play, taken by Kaczynski, comes out to Steve Johnson, tackled, ball over the boundary line again, and we'll have a throw in once more. It's in the right spot for the Cats. They hold on by 7 points. They're going to have to score twice and Kilda to win.
Geez, I hope they got a loud siren. Fever pitch down here.
Umpire throws it back in. Cozzy knocks it down. Ball squirts out. Here's Kelly. Been great all day. Got boot to ball. Heads to the forward pocket. Blake couldn't hold on for St Kilda. It's over and it's out again. And again we're going to have a throw in. It's Geelong by 7 points. There'd only be a heartbeat left in the 2009 AFL Grand Final.
They're smiling on the Cats bench, they might know.
Throw in, tap down. It's about 25 to 30 metres out from goal. It's locked up again. Saints need a miracle. They need a miracle. Where's Mary McKillop when you need her? 27 and a half minutes gone. Geelong lead by 7 on the noodle box clock. The crowd starting to chant for the Cats. They can feel it. It's a free kick to St Kilda. Billy's gone nuts in the back of the box. Kaczynski tucks it under the arm. All hands on deck. Kaczynski goes long and strong. Revolt almost underneath him. Milne. Left foot kick. This is their last roll of the dice. Scarlett, will he concede the behind? He does concede the behind. Oh, it could still be a draw. Geelong lead by 6 points. 28 and a half minutes gone. Matty G.
Corey's free out wide.
It's in Darren Milburn's hands. What will he do with it?
He's got to dump it long. He's got to take the safest option. He can't give it away.
He sends it very long. He comes out towards the member side. Oh, Harry Taylor! He takes the mark and left half back. That could be a grand final premiership defining mark for Harry Taylor.
Play on.
He's called the play on. He hand passes to Ottens. Ottens got a hand pass away to Selwood. Selwood's on the members' wing. Hand pass to Cameron Ling. Ling was pushed as he kicked. He goes to half forward. Rook couldn't take it. Here's a chance for Burns. Hand pass to Mooney. Mooney now up inside the 50. Maxi Rook, take the mark. Rook's taken it 30 metres out. He'll go back and line up. He's a bit closer in, 25 out. He'll go back and line up. There's the siren! Oh, Geelong are premiers! They're the 2009 premiers! They were pushed all the way by gallant St Kilda, but they have peaked at exactly the right time, and they've won their second flag in 3 years.
And there'll never be another grand final like it.
It's one of the great grand finals. Maxi Rook, it's all academic now. He'll go in and he will put through a goal just to rub a bit more salt into the St Kilda wounds. And Geelong win the 2009 grand final by 12 points. What a game.
We've seen some great games of footy, but that is as good as it gets.
Just despair for the Saints fans.
It's horrible.
It's wretched footy. This game of ours, it rips your heart out. God, it's good when you win, though.
It is, and just two best sides by far this year. Two best sides. They come down to the last quarter, locked head to head, and what a finish! What a brave effort.
I mean, that's one for in this day and age when we talk about athletes playing footy. You've got to be fit to play at this level, but that is one for the footballers. Footballers won that in the last quarter. Contested possessions in the last quarter. The Cats 46 to St Kilda 39. and then they were able to hold on to possession from there, and footballers won that game.
And Dermot, if you talk about the footballers, Corey at half-back was absolutely magnificent, just
Chapman.
tough. Chapman down the other end, a tough footballer.
Hamstring problems too early on in the game, Terry. His fight back was amazing.
I thought Rook, another one, and Selwood around the ball. I reckon they were the 4 blokes in the last quarter that just would not allow the Geelong Football Club to lose that game.
And right now, St Kilda, well, what they do, they post-mortem, they'll say we controlled enough of the game to actually put a tight one like this beyond doubt. When you take into account those missed shots, they're going to look back at this and they're going to hurt a whole lot more than they even are right now. But, I mean, the story is with Geelong. History will say right now, I know they weren't the best team this year, but over a 3-year spread, they had to do better than 1 premiership out of 3. They've vindicated that today, that they are a a brilliant football team.
Have a look at those scenes out there. The opposition players are doing their best to try and commiserate with the Saints. And look at all those staff, all the extra list players in suits and ties. They've rushed on. It's a totally different feeling to 2007, where they knew they'd won at about the 20-minute mark of the first quarter. This time they had to go all the way to the last minute. This is just an unbelievable win.
Bomber's delighted, Hutto. Any one of 6 players can win the Norm Smith medal too. This is one of the hardest and probably evenest years of outputs of performances on the ground.
Ross Lyon, he's out there with Nick Greenwald. 2 of them are on centre wing. He walks past him. Nick hides his head in his jumper a little bit, I think. Well, we know Nick's he's brave, but he's emotional. He's shedding a tear for his beloved Saints.
Patrick Keane's adding up the votes for the Norm Smith medal out there. Oh, Paul Chapman doing the interview with Channel 10. What a star. He's got to be right up there. 26 disposals.
Well, he's my pick.
3 goals too. He'll win it. Joel Corey was a hero as well.
That second half of his was as good as the second half you'll see.
I think Chapman. Without Chapman out there, Geelong didn't win.
He had a hamstring problem too. We heard Half say early on that he went off with serious doubt.
You know who was brilliant in the last quarter, and I don't think St Kilda had an answer for him, was Shannon Byrne.
Yeah, he was.
We've seen it
6 disposals in the last quarter. Yeah.
But pace and swung and turned his man, Raph Clark, inside out. We've seen a few blokes out there grand final day who struggled a little bit, and he's one who's had a query over his head. Tonight he can go to bed, not only a premiership player, but can actually say, hey, grand final day, I belong.
And Max Rook in that last quarter. Max Rook in that last quarter was outstanding.
I tell you what, he would have to get votes, Max Rook.
He was outstanding.
To beat Fisher in the fashion that he beat Fisher today in this game, it was a huge part of the game. You don't get over the line without that.
He's only had 11. He kicked 2 goals too, but then he's kept Fisher, who he racked up 15, got 4 easy ones at the end, but he was outstanding.
Gee, Milne, Schneider, those missed shots. Schneider snapped from 15 metres out.
A couple of times.
Under a bit of pressure there, but gee, those ones from 15 metres out.
That'll take a long time to recover from for those individual players.
I know this was a game about just the purest part of the game, but I was surprised in that last quarter that they didn't make any sort of moves on Chapman. I mean, Chapman was just chopping them every time the ball come inside 50 and it come to a drop play. Gilbert was always on one side of the pack. Chapman was always on the other side of the pack.
So Chapman was looking at the ball and his goals at the same time.
You could tell 12 minutes into that last quarter that Chapman was going to be the difference between them getting over the line.
Who do they go? We often talk about why didn't they?
Baker.
Who do they go?
I think they had.
Then they take Baker away from
Johnson. Look, but Johnson, I reckon, was a shot duck by that. I reckon he was cooked by that stage. And it's a risk, but hey, you have to take a risk when it's all not going your way. You've got to take a risk.
Is Billy crying? That's what I want to know. Is he teared up again?
Yeah, he would be.
Has he somehow scunged his way onto the ground? The great man.
He's not on the ground. The AFL were ready they got 6 extra red coats, ready to stop the rampage.
There's Bobby Davis out there with Cameron Ling. Some of the old champions of the club. It's been a wonderful 3 years for the Cats, and probably justice in many ways after last year. They've been a wonderful team for 3 years. They've only lost a handful of games in that time, and just saw Stokes out there before too. He had a quiet word to Bomber Thompson. He was as happy as any other player that took part in the game today.
Mark Blake.
Quick analysis here, thanks to our friends at Continental Tyres. Inside 50s, St Kilda 58, Geelong 42. So they're minus 16 and they've still won the game there. Just an amazing effort there by the Cats. You can't speak volumes enough about the footballers that played within this team today.
We've spoken about it, Dermot. I mean, during the year, I think everyone in the media has spoken about every time Geelong looked in trouble this year, somebody stood up for them. They've had a half a dozen close games and been able to manage to win most of those close games. And every time, whether it was Ablett one time, it was Selwood in a certain other game, there was always Chapman when they beat Adelaide down at Geelong. They've always had a couple of blokes that have been able to step up, and that's what they needed at three-quarter time today.
Well, between the two sides this year, there's been 2 points. The Saints got them by 14 points in their only other meeting, and today the Cats by 12.
There's some emotion for you, Matty Stokes and Cameron Ling. I'm not sure what Matty Stokes feels and how he knows how to feel, but
I honestly look back now, as best as after an exciting game like that, trying to get a little bit of clarity on what we've just seen. St Kilda, I know it wasn't a game, the conditions didn't suit somebody running through the lines, but I reckon Lenny Hayes is probably that player, Montagna, who's probably that player, ran themselves into the ground. They lost the ability to kick the ball forward and run and chase it in. They somehow Geelong ran that game out better than St Kilda.